you know, personally. You know, we call
Right.
each other, we talk to each other. So I'm so used to calling you that, you know, but I do apologize, Mr. Unbiased. Let me get it right. You understand what I'm saying? Mr. Unbiased. So yeah, if you can provide them with that link, you know, it's very, you know, telling, because you can look at, you know, what the whistleblower says the new direction for rap music is going to be, and then you can see, you can look at what the whistleblower says that the new direction for rap music is going to be, and then you can see rap music going in that exact direction over the last 20 or 30 years. You can actually see it play out exactly as he, you know, said that it would, or that, you know, the quote unquote forces that were at this particular meeting, which you'll be able to read, said that they wanted it to play out. And that was basically a deterioration of, you know, the black young male into some, you know, from someone who is, you know, an intelligent, scientific, you know, you know, an individual who was on a quest for knowledge, who had a thirst for knowledge, who, you know, that was the type of prevalent mindset that existed. I can't hear you.
No, go ahead.
Yeah, that was the type of prevalent mindset that existed in the 80s, because the music was geared and catered towards a more positive, you know, approach to things. You know, you had the Brand Nubians, the KRS-Ones, the Positive Ks, you know, the you know, Public Enemies, the you know, the staple of rap musics, you know, and the goal in the design was to guide people into you know, a positive way of thinking, guide people into you know, learning, into, you know, understanding who they were, understanding, you know, Black and social issues. So this meeting that took place in the early 1990s, in which they discussed, which you'll see in this article, the new direction of rap music, it was basically so that they could take the music and use it as a tool against the people, and use it as a conditioning tool to not only get us to become, you know, criminals at a higher rate, but also to get us to, you know, spend exorbitant amounts of money on things that we can't afford, or, you know, just delve into all type of criminal activities, criminal behaviors, you know, do drugs, sell drugs, you know, destabilize the Black family, destabilize the Black man, destabilize the youth of America, you know, the Black and urban youth of America, and basically condition us and guide us into behaving in a manner that they were comfortable with, or that would, you know, yield them a particular profit, because Black people are always what they have always been in this country, and that's a commodity. It's a source of revenue. People, you know, have always used us to make money since we came here, you know, to the shores of North America. So, you know, they just found a more clever way to make more money off of us. And if you actually pay attention to the music and the behavior that it inspires, there's no benefit for Black people at all in it. You know, the behavior that is inspired, there's no benefit. Not only is we killing each other and running from the police, we spending a whole bunch of money, we selling drugs, we doing drugs, we acting a fool, we're inspiring our women to, you know, act in a manner that is, you know, unbecoming of themselves, unbecoming of, you know, a Black woman. It's destabilizing us. It's destabilizing our quest and thirst for knowledge. It's churning out criminals wholesale as opposed to thinkers and intellects wholesale. And this is by design. This is exactly what they wanted it to do. So if you read this article, you scroll down, this whistleblower who, like I said, wanted to remain anonymous, because you know, of course, he was in fear for his life. He detailed and outlined this plan that all of the quote unquote decision makers, he calls them, in the music industry came together, and they pretty much decided that they would only you know, put out artists that guided or goaded us into making the decisions that they wanted us to make. So, you know, and everybody gets down with this now, you know, because, you know, as you read the article, it's limited to the prison industrial complex and those who own privatized prisons and their agenda or the incentive they had in criminalizing young Black people. But also beyond that, you know, there was, you know, the clothing designer companies and, you know, the shoe designer companies and the gun companies and, you know, the drug manufacturers and all of these conspiring to make sure that the music, okay, became a detriment to us and became a conditioning program that would, you know, basically you know, guide us into prison, guide us into spending, and guide us into, you know, making bad decisions and keep us away from trying to grow as a people, unite as a people. That's their number one fear, you know. So we're going to get into, you know, all of these particular things and why, you know, they use the music, how they use the music, what's their number one agenda, you know, is it limited to just profiting, or do they understand who we are as a people? Do they understand our true, you know, destiny, and are they trying to keep it from us? You know, the music is one leg, one aspect of it. Of course, you know, they have used the media and the church and the educational system and all of these different things, and they're hitting us, you know, in every angle. But one thing that we really turned a blind eye to, and I shouldn't just say the church religion period, but, you know, one thing that we do turn a blind eye to is the music. You know, we glorify these rappers, we place them on a pedestal, you know, we look up to them, and we never really, you know, identify the role that they have in, you know, conditioning these young people into making decisions that are totally, you know, unbecoming of a righteous person, of, you know, somebody who is trying to be better, do better, you know, or just stay out of the system in that way. They want to, you know, guide us into the system as opposed to into greatness. So, you know, I'm not sure if I can click off this screen. Say it again.
I did it.
No. I'm saying I don't know if I could unclick off this screen so that I could, because it was a certain part of the letter that I wanted to read. Maybe if you can scroll down.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can scroll down. So I mean, you know, let's just read the letter for those who, you know, may have not ever seen this letter before.
Hold on, we'll make it larger first.
Yeah, let's enlarge it.
Is that too large?
No, that's fine.
Okay.
So, I mean, I've seen this letter on various different websites. Pete Rock, he did a little expose on it. You know, a lot of the older rappers and the pioneers of rap music, they really understand this in a different way, because they were the people who were squeezed out of the game. Let's just say, you know, the pioneers of the rap industry, those people who brought rap to us in such a way that it cleaned us and conditioned us and made us better. You know, those people were removed and, you know, silenced, and all by design. But a lot of those older individuals, the Pete Rocks, the Eric Sermons, the Rakims, they know this and they understand this. And that's another thing, that always gets to me. If you actually look at, any other genre, any other race of people, any other genre of music, their legends are revered. The legends that they produce, pop music and rock and roll, they're revered, but our legends are they're made into these, ancient artifacts that, people want to disconnect themselves from as opposed to pay homage to. And there's a reason for that. People don't feel as though that, they are operating within the paradigm by, paying homage or putting those older, more positive, and rap artists on their music, on their songs, or supporting those older rap artists, paying homage to them, really putting them out. We disconnected ourselves from those people, and it's really a shame because they did so much for not only the community but for the music. They pioneered the music, and they really did save lives. And it's really a shame that we, don't give them the honor and the respect that they deserve. We clown them. We don't really pay the homage that we're supposed to pay. But that's by design, and that's because of the influences, that basically chose to push rap in this direction. And those influences are these influences that are prevalent or that we see on this particular letter that I'm about to read. But and I'm an artist myself. I love music. I love making music. I don't curse in my raps. I like making positive music. I'm a lyricist myself. And because I'm an artist is why I really this particular this particular subject is really important to me. It's really important to me because I'm an artist, and I've seen that my passion, that I can't even really use it to my full, to the full extent that I should, because they won't sign artists like me. They won't push artists like me. So I'm fighting an uphill battle because, I want to put out more positive music. And it's a shame because everybody is able to put out positive music. Every genre of people of music is able to put out positive messagings in their music. I listen to white music. I listen to the Z100s and the B104s and the pops of today because it's the only place that you can get positive messaging. It's hard pressed to find positive messaging in music, and music touches the soul. It creates an atmosphere within you that it creates a feeling within you. So we don't always want that negativity. Sometimes we want positivity. And the only place I can find it is listening to white music, but that's by design too. If you listen to the music in the 90s, you see a staunch difference. I often say, people say segregation, it isn't alive anymore, or segregation, is dead, but segregation is alive and well. And you can tell that by listening to the music stations. If you turn to a white music station, you listening to, different sounds, different melodies, different messaging. If you listen to a black music station, you listening to another, a different type of sound, music, and messaging and melodies. And that's by design. They want you to feel as though, this is for you and this is for them. The positivity that exists within the white music or the white genres of music, they want you to feel disconnected from. They don't want you to feel connected to those white genres of music. They want you to look at that from afar and not feel as though you can attain those same levels of positivity or messaging in your own music as well. That's taboo for you, as a young, upcoming artist to put out positive, music and messaging. Let me drink this. So let's read this real quick. So it says, after more than 20 years, I finally decided to tell the world what I witnessed in 1991, which I believe was one of the biggest turning points in popular music and ultimately American society. I have struggled for a long time weighing the pros and cons of making this story public, as I was reluctant to implicate the individuals who were present that day. So I've simply decided to leave out names and all the details that may risk my personal well-being and that of those who were like me, dragged into something they weren't ready for. Between the late 80s and early 90s, I was what you may call a decision maker with one of the most established companies in the music industry. I came from Europe, and in the early 1980s, I quickly established myself in the business. Now remember, in the 80s, between the 80s and 90s, you know, you had a lot of positive Black music, you had a lot of positive Black artists, but in opposition to that, or in contrast to that, a lot of the white music was really, really negative. You had a lot of this punk rock phase going on, and it influencing young white kids to make bad decisions. So they understood that the music, was a quintessential factor in the decision making of young kids. And Tipper Gore, Al Gore's daughter, went on a campaign to take punk rock music out of the mainstream. She fought hard because she understood the detrimental effects that it was having on the youth that listened to it. This is between the 80s and the 90s. So they understand the power of the music, with regards to the conditioning, the behavior of their youth with punk rock. And then in the early 1990s, they turn it around and take your music and turn it from pure positivity to pure negativity. Well, if you knew that punk rock was conditioning or guiding the behavior of your children, then you knew that the gangster rap would guide and condition the children, the behavior of our children. So he says let's see. He says the industry was different back then. Since technology and media weren't accessible to people like they are today, the industry had more control over the public and had the means to influence them any way it wanted. This may explain why in early 1991, I was invited to attend a closed-door meeting with a small group of music business insiders to discuss rap music's new direction. Little did I know we would be asked to participate in one of the most unethical and destructive business practices I've ever seen. The meeting was held at a private residence on the outskirts of Los Angeles. I remember about 25 to 30 people being there, most of them familiar faces. Speaking to those I knew, we joked about the theme of the meeting, as many of us did not care for rap music and failed to see the purpose of being invited to a private gathering to discuss its future. Among the attendees was a small group of unfamiliar faces who stayed to themselves and made no attempt to socialize beyond their circle. Based on their behavior and formal appearances, they didn't seem to be in our industry. Our casual chatter was interrupted when we were asked to sign a confidentiality agreement. Could you scroll up?
Yeah. All right, I'm gonna take that scroll up moment, opportunity to pause it. What's going on, DJ? I mean, brother.
Yo, what's up, my brother? How you doing, man? Good to talk to you again.
Hey, I forgot who was on Vlad. There's another content creator that's on Vlad, big content creator on Vlad, and he was like, "Yo, I never understood why you replayed your videos, but then he understood why he did it. You did it's for like multiple reasons, right? But they're all good, and the guy did the same thing with his stuff. This is an intellectual property. So as long as I got it, I like it. I think it's entertaining. I'm going to keep replaying it. You know why? Because for those who didn't watch it today, bro, I used to always get mad at preachers who preach the same message I heard like 10 years ago. But I never understood why they do that. They're not playing it for me. They're playing for the people who are potentially coming in. You know what I mean?
Right.
And when I realized that, I felt goofy. I was always complaining about the same message. It's like, yeah, it ain't for me. There's many millions and hundreds of thousands of people who never heard that message. It ain't for me. It's for you to shut up, be disciplined, be quiet, and make sure surroundings and everything's okay.
Right.
You dig? So that's why. So if anybody was wondering why, that's why. Like, it's your content, and if it didn't hit the way you thought it's supposed to hit, you play it again because it got it. It's supposed to hit. So I'm gonna play that thing 10 years. I'm different. I'm gonna play 10 years from now because I think some of my stuff is good content.
Right.
And
Right.
I'm gonna
Exactly.
keep playing until it finally hit. By the way, folks, did you know I got multiple videos with millions of views on them?
Multiple videos with me.
No, this is like 12 years ago, but I got 2.5 million. I got 1.8. I got 700,000. I got 600,000, 40,000. Yeah.
Oh, that's
And,
good. That's good.
yeah, because you never know what's going to hit, and then you keep playing it, you keep uploading it, and then because think like the era changes. Like at one point we were in the Buy Black, right, and then we was in the Black Lives Matter. You know what I mean? And then we were in the MAGA. So like different times change where now the videos is right for that moment.
Right. Right.
You did, and you gotta keep going because it just takes one. That's it. It takes one. That's
No,
it.
it's true. It's true. I had taken a hiatus from my podcast for the last like 3 or 4 weeks. I went on vacation. My co-host went on vacation, and then the other 2 weeks we just kind of needed a little break. And so we'll actually
You break it up.
back to our new season starting tomorrow. Yeah, so but I that was replaying in my mind exactly what you just said. It's like you got to keep going, no
Yeah.
matter what I'm saying, how arduous the task.
And don't shelf yourself. Keep talking about shelf artists being shelf. Don't shelf your platform. Keep playing old stuff. Something. Get that thing going. Don't shelf yourself.
Right. No, that's true. That's true. I noticed that too, like with my little resurgence of getting back, putting new music out. I while I'm in the studio recording this new album, I just been playing my old videos, and I realized, like you said, a lot of people haven't seen them. Like I think my top video got like 104,000 views. Like that's not even Union County. You know what I'm saying? Like it's like
And yo, and let me say this for the people who don't know you as a person or even an artist. If I had to like with the right opportunity, right, somebody gave you, I put you on the same level as the baby. I think I got similar personalities. I think y'all bars similar. How y'all always got a freestyle for like almost any given time. Like it seems like y'all got no endless. It seems like y'all bars are endless. Like there's no end to your bars. It's always there, and y'all have the personality to like attract people. You know what I mean. So if you ever got that opportunity, I believe you will have. You could be as big as the baby or bigger.
yeah. I mean, I think my content is a little bit more expansive. It's just like a little bit more versatile. So I definitely think I could kind of reach into different genres. Like a lot of his content is pretty, monotonistic, if you will. You know what I'm saying? Like, so I mean, he's a great artist. I do love him. I listen to him, and he's a great lyricist as well. But I definitely think if given the opportunity, I'll be able to, like you said, either stand up to or surpass that level. And not just the baby, I view myself as a lyricist, so like all lyricists, like to me, like Meek Mills is a lyricist, Drake is a lyricist.
Yeah, but he don't have that. But the difference in him, okay, bruh, it's overwhelming who want to see Meek Mills perform or debate. That's what I'm trying to say. Like Meek Mills is a great lyricist, great music, but the baby himself, right? He could just talk. He ain't got to rap. And you're going to be entertained by him just talking. His interviews are very entertaining. That's what I mean. Like he transcends rap. Like it's like everything he does. If he just shows up, he's going to draw a crowd. Like he's that entertaining.
Yeah, no, he definitely is. would people want to see him over Meek Mills? I think that's subjective in certain regards.
Oh, anybody wants to see boring ass Meek Mill's talk?
Yeah, it depends on the demographic you're asking about. Southern people definitely will see the baby first. Maybe females, I think, will go to see the baby first. But I think like the adult black male probably will go see Meek Mill first. Notwithstanding his recent Diddy controversies. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Like,
yeah, yeah. Well, the baby had controversy too behind Megan Thee Stallion
yeah,
and the STD thing. So like they both, it's kind of like blackball a little bit.
no, that's true. That's true. That's true.
But not, but Meek Mills is definitely you know, a legend in his own right.
Yeah. I hope the brother come out of this stigma because I mean, I was alive. I remember a time where Diddy parties was the place to go. Okay, if you hadn't arrived in Hollywood until you were invited to a Diddy party, and this was not, there was three legs. There was the Diddy party, there was the Diddy after party, and then there was the freak off. You know what I mean? And everybody who attended the Diddy party and the Diddy after party not didn't necessarily attend the freak offs, and even if they
Yeah,
did
yeah,
once, they may have been like, yo, look, this ain't for me. You know what I mean? Diddy's freak offs was pretty much big swinger parties. That's pretty much what they were. Um, they have swinger parties at the Ramada in Piscataway. Like, you know, they have swinger parties. At random
Oh no, no,
locations.
yeah. They always no, no, yo. First of all, let me tell you straight up. Swinger parties are normal in white society. Like that is normal.
What?
Swinger parties are normal in white society. Normal.
Yeah, and even in black society, they're becoming more normalized. You know what I'm saying? Like, I had one of my customers that was attending these things, regularly and often, and he would tell me stories and stuff. And I mean, it's more common than you think. You know what I'm saying? Like, well, they rent out these hotels, and they charge dudes to get in. The ladies can get in free, and I think couples too, maybe. I believe he said, and then they get rent out the entire hotel, leave every door open. Okay, people are having sexual relations in the room. They have them in the common swimming pool. You know what I'm saying? Like they it's just a normal thing. And I think once people get to that level of eroticism, if you will, it's hard to dial it back because it's like once you're desensitized sexually to that point, just a random encounter with your wife might not be good enough no more. Like in order to be
Yeah,
around,
yeah. I
you
agree.
might need to, what I'm saying, get to these higher levels of, drug use and eroticism. So, what I'm saying, it's like a porn addiction. You know what I'm saying? It's like, when we was growing up, it was 12.99 magazine at the store, or you had to pay for the Playboy channel. Now, I mean, you have millions of videos at your fingertips. You know what I mean? So porn addiction
Yeah,
has
but
really,
wait. You skipped past. You went right from the magazines to the fingertips. What about you skipped the bootlegger who
oh
had
yeah,
we used to be in that bag, bro, man. I be in there. Yo, me get that one. Let me get
oh
that.
yeah,
We looking
that,
around like yo, let me get this. Let me get let me get that right there.
I bootleg so many damn DVDs and CDs at my barbershop. It was a shame. But when I get that
And
blue,
man, I used to buy his ass out. He come around me like nigga, be all them shit, bro. How much? I used to buy all them shit. I'm telling you straight up.
West Coast Productions, all that ass, volume 28. But yeah, man. So yeah, you had that. You went from that to the bootleg DVD era, which made it a lot more accessible. And then to the, you know, porn at your fingertips, which is cell phone internet era, and it created an overwhelming porn addiction for a lot of males that really desensitized them from just having regular sexual relations with their female wife or significant other. You know what I'm saying? Like, so yeah, so it's the same way with these swinger parties and these Diddy parties. And I hope Meek Mills come out of this stigma. You know what I'm saying? Because I don't believe he was, you know, I don't believe he was like, Diddy's personal, sex object. The way they trying to make it seem like I mean, I've seen all these AI fabricated
I seen them do
videos,
it.
right? You know what I'm saying? And you know, I don't think so. So
I'll tell you one thing. I tell you one. The unfortunate thing with Meek Mill is that, man, if Diddy goes down, it's over for Meek. So Meek needs Diddy to be acquitted. What you think about that?
you said what? Say that last part again.
I said Meek
Say that
needs
again. You
for
said
his
what?
career to go on. He needs Meek needs Diddy to be acquitted for his deal for his career to like stay at where it's at, if not better.
You said he needs Diddy to be acquitted for his
What do
career
you
to
think?
stay that thing.
Yeah,
I mean, I
yeah.
don't know. I don't know. I think once you're convicted in the court of public opinion, it really doesn't matter if you get an acquittal or not. You look at Michael Jackson, he's branded and regarded as a sexual predator to the day he died and after, even though he beat all of his cases, overwhelmingly. You
But
look
what about
at
Michael
Bill
Vick?
Cosby. They still call him Bill Cosby. You said what?
Wait. Mike Tyson? No, Mike Tyson. That's never brought up with Mike Tyson.
Yeah, no, no. Michael Jackson, I'm talking about, not Mike Tyson. I'm talking about Michael
Yeah. I
Jackson.
agree.
But
Yeah, I agree.
yeah, Mike Tyson, it was a little bit different. You know what I'm saying? He had that one encounter. He lost his case. Many people think he was railroaded in certain ways, but he came back and kind of, you know, rebuilt his reputation, if you will, in the ring. You know what I'm saying? Certain people who have rebuilt their reputation. Um, hello, can you hear me?
You don't think Mike Tyson case was a little bit different because when it comes to Bill Cosby, there was multiple women. R. Kelly, multiple women, right? Michael Jackson, multiple kids. But Mike Tyson, it was only one woman. So that's why I think that's why it's easy for him to like down. There's only one woman. That's it.
Right, right. That definitely made it different. The fact that it was one woman, but I also would think made it vastly different was that he wasn't quote unquote convicted in the court of public opinion. There wasn't this big, huge smear campaign. While they can frown, hey, what's up, brother? What's going on? There wasn't this big. Yeah, there wasn't this big. That was me calling. Oh, okay. I was just about to text you back.
Why do you think that? Why do you think Mike Tyson was like?
You
Why
know,
do you think Mike Tyson's image was preserved? Why do you think that?
you said what now?
Why do you think Mike Tyson's image was like preserved? It was shelled from everything you're saying because anybody else would have been done.
Well, as I said, he wasn't quote unquote convicted in the court of public opinion. There wasn't a big smear campaign in the Me Too movement, and all these different social media apparatuses, and surviving R. Kelly, and these documentaries that were basically designed to convict him in a court of public opinion and to smear his name on a mass level. So it was easier for him to come back from that. You've had people like Ray Lewis, who was like accused of murder or something like that. He beat his charges, and was able to rebuild his image as a man of the community, a man of God, because he wasn't really smeared in the court of
Yeah.
public.
Also, Snoop Dogg had a murder case.
Wasn't really smeared in the court of public opinion, like that. And then you also got to remember with Snoop, he was coming from a genre of music in which killing was glorified. So having a murder case for a rapper, that ain't really going to discount you. That's just going to make it a little bit more, you appear more real, if you will, to the people. But yeah, once again, not really destroyed in the court of public opinion. Diddy is being dragged through the mud in the court of public opinion, right? I mean, every podcast, every news interview, every story we really see, nothing is really coming into Diddy's defense. It's all really going to brand him as this great, predator, monster, sexual deviant, whatever you will. I watched Mark Lamont Hill the other day on Piers Morgan, him and Candace Owens, and normally, they have objective points of views, but Mark Lamont Hill was, although he objected Candace in certain aspects, he was up there calling Diddy a monster. He deserves everything he gets. Like, bro, you calling him a monster? Like, everything, and that's unbecoming of a human being. But does that make you a monster? I don't know. You had a breakdown. You had a bad experience, which we all have had. We've all had these experiences where we done went a little bit too far with, our wives, our significant
Yeah,
others.
that's not really monster behavior, in my opinion. Because in the like, let's say if that was the only thing that happened, bro, that's assault at the very least. That's just
Right.
assault. Yeah, I like you not do you whoop a girl ass, you're not getting 20 years. You're gonna just go to jail for assault. That's it.
For assault, exactly. And she stayed with him for years after that, made multiple red carpet appearances, and benefited from his money and his empire after that for years. So you know what I'm saying? Like, that's not to disregard what he did, but it doesn't quote unquote make you a monster in my eyes. I think of a monster, I'm thinking of John Wayne Gacy, Ted Bundy, these serial killers, these people who, or even serial rapists, if you will. These are monsters. You know what I mean? Somebody that had a fight with his girl one time, I'm not gonna call you a
Yeah,
monster. You know what
yeah.
I'm saying? Like, so overall, let that man have his day in court. Let the prosecution present their evidence. Let him present his evidence, and let's see who wins before we start going on these platforms calling him a monster who's unworthy of redemption and all of this type of stuff. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's how I feel about it.
Yo, you ever seen Diddy's story, like how he became Diddy, like how did he become noticed?
Oh, you just rocking the hat. No, I'm just rocking the hat. You said what now? Did I see Diddy's story?
Yeah, like how he became Diddy, like how he became positioned to be an A&R, all that type of stuff. You ever see that?
No, I didn't see that fully. I'm live on a podcast right now. Oh, okay. I'm live on a podcast right now in front of a lot of people. You're a Jordan fan. You heard me? I'm live on a podcast right now. Sorry. No, all good, all good. Go ahead now. Say that again.
Yeah, did you ever see like how he became, like how he started from nothing and became, like he worked his way to become like who he is, like the mogul, like his early beginnings. Did you see that?
No, I would like to see that documentary though.
Yeah, now it's actually impressive. Now the thing about like some people didn't work hard to be where they at, like in powerful positions. But I would say Vlad did, and I would say Diddy did, sure. Yeah.
Um,
But Vlad has an interesting history too. Like he put a lot of people don't know, but Vlad was major in hip hop before his podcast. Like he was a big dog. He was a real DJ.
yeah, I didn't see the documentary that showed the inception of Diddy's career. Um, I do know a slight bit of what kind of happened there, but when you talk about overall P Diddy and who he is and the Diddy we come to love or hate or whatever, come to know. I mean, we all watched firsthand what he did to build his empire, and it was impressive. You know what I'm saying? Like, it was impressive. This man wasn't running around selling a whole bunch of drugs and selling human trafficking and stuff. We watched Making the Band for ourselves. We watched him build Ciroc. We watched him build Sean John and pivot Sean John from jeans and t-shirts into designer suits that was really respected, in the fashion world. You know what I'm saying? Like we watched him, change Ciroc around and his De Leon company, and you know what I'm saying? Like we've watched Diddy build his $1 billion empire, and he did it through hard work, dedication, and determination.
Matter of fact,
You know,
you there? You're breaking up.
I said,
Matter of fact, let me share my screen. You broke up a little bit, but I'm gonna share my screen on Diddy real quick. All right.
I was having a great time with Ciroc. I had some Ciroc. It was made by grapes. And I remember, having just such the greatest time. And so the light bulb went off in my head. I said, I don't want to wait and develop nothing. Let me show you what I could do with Ciroc. Let me show you how I could turn your revenue around. They were losing $40 million a year. And I went and turned it around and took it to 2.6 million cases from 40,000 cases. Okay, and so this is something that's never been done.
Clap it up for that.
And so 15 years later, even though I had that success, I was always fighting for Ciroc not to be pigeonholed, not to be pigeonholed as a black brand, not to be pigeonholed as an urban brand. I already went through that. I went through that with Sean John. They put me in the urban section. I was having a great.
I thought that was very interesting how they kept trying to market him just with the black community, and he goes on to say more. And by the way, Focus, that's actually my clip. That's not some clip on the internet. That's actually my research, my finding, my clip. I clipped that myself.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah. Matter of fact, every clip I show you is my clip. So that means I watched. So whatever I clip, bro, that means I watched the entirety of whatever the video was.
Right.
Yeah, but Diddy has some interest. Yo, that interview right there, that's a powerful interview, man. He dropped some games. He dropped some real game, bro. He dropped some real game. So whatever he did that, let's say, is criminal, illegal, all right, okay. Like you said, he gonna have his day in court. The beautiful thing about court what's more beautiful than court is when somebody go to trial. Because when you go to trial, now everything is transparent. Everything's on the table.
Not necessarily. In a lot of these cases, like Michael Jackson's case, R. Kelly's case, Bill Cosby's case, and now even Diddy's preliminary, you see animated comic depictions of these preliminary hearings. You don't, and they do that on purpose. Like Young Thug, you see his cases on Court TV. So on YouTube, you can go to it, you can watch it in its full transparency. But for some reason, when they come after our big ones, they come with the comic description. Now they'll tell you we want to protect the identity of the women that we have in this case. So therefore, we're going to call them Jane Doe, and we're not going to put their stories on TV. However, these women are already coming out with Gloria Allred, already coming out with Surviving R. Kelly, already coming out having press conferences to let you know exactly who they are. So who are you protecting? They called Cassie in the indictment Jane Doe. Bro, she came out and told everybody she had a lawsuit. She did press conferences. What are you calling her Jane Doe for? You're doing that so that you can railroad these people without us knowing. You can present this false, ramped up case, if you will, to the people where you probably already have the jury and the judge bought and paid for, since these are powerful forces.
So I want to.
Go ahead.
Yeah. No. That was a mistake. That was a mistake. Yeah, that was technical. Go ahead.
Well, you had, these powerful forces trying to take down these powerful men, they don't want you see how frivolous the prosecution's case is. They did it with Donald Trump too, in the same district in New York. Okay, they did it with Trump too. They had him in a cartoon depiction. We're not going to allow you to see the trial because we don't want you to see how much of a sham this damn government's case is and how frivolous the government's case is.
Wait. So when you say government, you gotta be careful because you have state government, you have national government. So national government is the feds. So YSL, that's not a Fed case, and neither is Trump's. Those are local, those are state governments. So like that's Atlanta's government dealing with Trump. That's Fannie Willis. Fannie Willis is she's a state government DA. She's not federal. So
Okay.
YSL, yeah. So with YSL, if that was federal, it would be a RICO. But because it's state government, it's a conspiracy case. So
Right, but remember, Trump was indicted in more than one district. Trump was also indicted in the Southern District of New York, which is the same district that indicted R. Kelly, the same district indicted P. Diddy, Jeff Epstein, and all the rest of them. The Southern District of New York is is a federal entity, okay? And they are the ones who primarily and predominantly are giving us these cartoon descriptions. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, no, the point that I'm making is that these federal prosecutors, if you will, thank you, are basically coming up with these cases, and instead of really letting the people see them for what they really are, okay, they giving us the cartoon depiction that runs simultaneously with the $1 billion smear campaign. These smear campaigns is real. You telling me I can't go to CNN, Fox, MSNBC, ABC, none of them, and get the defense side of the story? I think I've seen one interview with Diddy's defense lawyer, and he's paid. But with actual people who just believe Diddy and fight for Diddy and defend Diddy, and I was there, I was at these parties, he never did this, he just, like, you know what I'm saying? You tell me there's not one person, so not one person came out to call him a monster, but now not one person is coming out to defend that he wasn't a monster. To me, it doesn't add up. You know what I'm saying? Like, it doesn't add up. So, in order for us to really, really get the truth of these, cases and allegations, we got to go read the transcript, buy the transcript, purchase the transcript, and read them for ourselves, which I encourage everybody to do. I encourage everybody to, read the transcripts of these court proceedings and dissect them for yourself. You know what I'm saying?
yeah, they're not doing that though, because like you got to be passionate about something to do that. Like, let's say if a guy let's say Charlemagne book, right? Black, what's that shit called? Black, I forgot what it's called. But anyway, like people are gonna read it because they're just passionate about it. So those transcripts, if they're not passionate about, and really, the only people going to read it are the people who like is probably for that person, because the people against it normally go with the headline.
Right.
The headline's enough, and that's it.
And this is what the government knows. This is what the powers that be know. This is what the federal prosecutors know.
Yeah. This is a long, ongoing game. Media is very powerful. It could shape, it could break you, it could make you. This is the reality, especially in this country.
It's true. It's absolutely true. And my father said something to me years and years ago, and it rings true. He said, billionaires break millionaires every day. Every day. Billionaires break millionaires. You think you got a bunch of, look what Adidas and Kanye, he said the one wrong thing, they turned him from a 4.2 billionaire to, nigga, you worth 400 million now. They took all his.
Well, Kanye voided his contract.
Kanye what?
He voided his contract.
Well, yeah, I mean, regardless, that's what he said. I wanted to get rid of all my contracts, and I did that in one day. But the reality of the matter is, ain't nobody gonna give up $4 billion, especially somebody who as braggadocious as he is about being worth $4 billion.
Hey, bro. Some people, like we were talking about yesterday, some people just rather not be controlled. And if it's going to take a huge pay gap, some people just say, man, it's worth. Some people like, yo, listen, it ain't worth all this money, and I'm basically a puppet. I'd rather just have some control of my life and scrape some of these zeros off, man. And he was probably feeling like that, Lost. Listen, I can't do shit. I want to control something. So if I gotta lose some money to control something, I'm out.
I would hope so, that people are willing to die on that hill. Even about Christian, and you got stories throughout the Bible that, tell you give up your riches and go follow God. So I would definitely hope that, but still in all, they had the power to do that based upon a few sentences that he said. Okay. So the reality of the matter is
they had the power because they are the people he contracted with. Like this wasn't an outside entity stepping in, snatching something. Like these were the same people. Like that, that the sports do the same thing. Like or like if an athlete remember Kareem Hunt had kicked the ball or whatever, and they had immediately. He was great at his he was peaking, but they immediately cut him, and this was an asset. And for the Browns, he was great for the Browns. So the people you in contract with, yes, man, they will kick your ass out.
I mean, yeah, those are the people we did the contracts with. I get that. But if they can, take $3.4 billion from you, then either the contract wasn't good or,
He voided the contract. Like once you void it, it's no longer good.
But it was more than the Adidas that he lost. You know what I'm saying? Like,
but you never know how it's, again, the transcript of the contract. You got to read that. You don't know what else is tied to it. Like these could have been like, companies under Adidas. Adidas could have been a parent company, and these were the and these were the subsidiary companies under Adidas. Just say, hey,
you may be right, but I don't think none of it really negates my point, and that is that billionaires can break millionaires. That just having $1 billion or thinking that you're worth that does not mean that you'll see that money or that it can't be if you don't get in line. That's my only point. You know what I mean? So regardless, the point is billionaires break millionaires all the time. And you got people worth 5, 6, 7, $800 billion that won't have no problem paying $30 million, $40 million to break Diddy. All we got to do is pay off a couple news anchors, a couple judges, and a couple juries, and a couple people to make some smear stories, and the job is done. Once it takes hold, once the propaganda takes hold, it begins to work for itself. You don't have to spend any more money. Now, every pundit and every Me Too advocate and everybody who might have had a little jealousy in their heart or a bone to pick or an axe to grind is going to come out and now perpetuate the story, perpetuate the perception on their own. Only thing you got to do is get the rumor mill kick-started. You feel me? And it only costs a couple dollars to do that. So, you find yourself at war with the wrong people, and they potentially take you right on out.
Hey, focus. I'm sure you got emails before. Anybody with a bank account got emails of a possible class lawsuit, right? Of something happening, whether the cable company, I got something now, something, and you know what I mean? So anyway, what I'm saying is, but they're not tied to like, or you get a speeding ticket, right? All of a sudden you go home 2 days later, you got some mail, right? So like there. It seemed like a big coincidence, but sometimes they're just law firms that see the news and see what's going on and be like, let's get people. Hey, let's do a hotline. People call in, but that don't mean they got something to do with the arrest or the feds or the state, whoever. Like they are in business to.
I totally agree. But once all you got to do is pay off the judge, the jury, and the prosecutor. You don't need to have, all of these civil lawyers paid off. They'll get their money by capitalizing on the rumor mill, on you losing in the court of public opinion. Because once you've lost in the court of public opinion and the rumor mill is in full effect, then people will be more inclined to believe these clients, even if their cases are really frivolous. You know what I'm saying? Like, and then you lower the bar to what actual assault is. For example, when we were young, I remember rape, you had to basically hold the woman down or drug them, like date rape, slip something in them drink without them knowing. Now the bar has been lowered so much, they say coercion is rape. So they say the lover boy method is rape. Okay, you get a woman to love you, and then
you trying to get me indicted, bro. Yeah, you the feds, yo. You trying to get me indicted.
You said what?
You trying to get me indicted.
No, I'm just saying.
You trying to get me indicted.
The bar has been lowered such an extreme amount. Like you look at Bill Cosby. Oh yeah, we knew what he wanted. We went back to his room willingly to have sex. We took the drugs willingly, but we just didn't know what the drugs was, even though we knew they were drugs, and that we were taking drugs to have sex with a famous person, but we didn't know what the drug was. So that's rape now.
I mean, well, he was a doctor telling them, hey, this. I mean, yeah, he's not disclosing the effects of the drug. So, like, yeah, that's not cool, man. This gonna just settle you down, make you lightheaded, but this shit is gonna knock you out.
The effects of the drug, because drugs hit everybody in a different way. Okay, on your own metabolic, makeup. So
not hell. The hell you talking about? You do crack or heroin, nigga, you gonna be high.
Yeah, but you do any drug, you're gonna be high. Once you knew.
Well, okay, but if you do crack or heroin, not only high, you'll be addicted from that day on.
Bruh, you can get addicted to any drug, bruh. Certain drugs have higher levels of addiction, like opioids, because of the withdrawal. You literally get sick when you're withdrawing from them, so you're more likely to be addicted because you don't want to go through that week-long pain of weaning yourself off, throwing up, the withdrawal.
Yeah. But just real quick, because I did live on this, so I read about how addiction happens, and bro, trust me, addiction varies, and it's about the brain, how fast it gets to the brain, and that determines how addictive the drug is compared to something else. All right, so crack and heroin, because it's intravenous through the needle through your veins, heroin and crack and for those reasons, crack and not to go too far off topic, but high or addiction is based off how fast it gets to your brain.
No, but that is one cause of addiction, but also addiction is genetic. If your parents were more inclined to be addicts, you may be more inclined to be addicts.
That also plays a big part.
And then also addiction also comes based upon your state of life, if you will. If I'm doing bad in life and this drug,
if you're depressed, right? If you're depressed or
depressed.
If you're depressed, you're dealing with bipolar, that can also contribute.
Right. There's varying causes.
Yeah, you're right.
Addiction, right. So, but the reality of the matter is, the most popular phrase of the time was sex, drugs, and rock and roll. These women who we designated as groupies, who would, go with a rock star, or a movie star, back up to their room and do drugs, they knew they would get
from.
They didn't think they were drinking and taking these pills to not get high. They didn't think it was going to help them sleep. They knew they were going to get high and have sex all night. That's what it was. You feel me? But once you lower the bar now and say, well, if he didn't disclose the actual effects, like this nigga's a doctor, if he didn't disclose the actual effects, he raped you. Well, then yeah, you'll have 60 women come out. Well, technically he didn't disclose it, even though I knew I was going up there to get high, even though I knew I was taking the drugs, even though 40 years went by without me feeling like I was a victim. Well, now since you've lowered the barometer of what victimhood is, or what rape is, well, yes, guess what? I was raped too. I am a victim too, and I can get some money off of it. All right, come on, Gloria, all right, let's go do a press conference. So that is the case with Diddy as well. Diddy now has a bunch of people coming out who weren't coming out before, who didn't feel like they were victims before, who didn't feel like they were raped before, now are feigning or posing as victims, A, for monetary gain, but also because the barometer has been lowered so much that they actually, well, maybe should
there should be something where if you want to come out this late, it has to be criminal. It can't be civil. It can't be for money. Like you should be forced to do criminal only.
I agree there. But remember, a criminal and a civil case have two very different criterion for convictions, right?
Yeah, you need less evidence in a civil.
Exactly. You only need the preponderance of evidence. You need,
and that's why I say like they should be forced to do criminal, at least criminal first. If you want to do the monetary shit,
really say you need less evidence. You need less evidence than the bar that is set to win a criminal case, because in a criminal case is you have to prove it beyond a reasonable doubt. But in a civil case, you only need a preponderance of evidence. So you got to have more evidence than the other person, okay, to win the civil case. You know what I'm saying? You got to have as a civil attorney, you really don't want to be trying to get less evidence because you don't know what the other people, how much evidence the other people got. You want to try to get as much evidence as possible, and so that you got more evidence than them. You know what I mean? But because these criterion are different, statute of limitations become different. But I mean, I still think 40 years in any civil case, the statute of limitations should have been up. You know what I'm saying? Like,
it is. But the way it works, matter of fact, hold on 1 second. I'm gonna have Myron explain how they can. You're right. The statute of limitation is up, but Myron, the ex-Fed, I'm gonna play a video and he's gonna explain how they're able to get around that, right? And for what reason. All right, so bear with me a few seconds. Let me get the video. Again, every clip I show you is what I did. All right. So anybody trying to hire a researcher, you might want to.
Well, one way I listen to Myron, but I know one way they get around it is by trying to create a pattern, right? So if we can create a pattern that this was a perpetual, occurrence, and that's just something that spanned over a certain amount of time, we can tie it back to the first time you did it. So it's not just a one particular case, which is why they need 60 women to come out, which is why they need to give you RICO charges. Huh? You said what? Oh, she did?
No, wait.
Oh, okay. Which is why you need RICO charges. You know what I'm saying? It's because you want to create a pattern of behavior to say, look, this was a criminal enterprise. Look, this was habitual behavior. Look, this is something that he's been doing over the span of however many years. So the statute of limitations really shouldn't apply, because it's not one particular case that we're talking about. But yeah, I put on Myron. Let me listen to him.
Right now, I'm gonna play it. It's kind of what you just said, but I'm gonna play it.
Because the reason why they're using the RICO is because the RICO allows them to bring in all these other cases in that might have been kind of fallen by the wayside due to statute of limitations. RICO allows them to bring it back in. It's kind of like the glue that holds everything together, if that makes sense. Because the reason why they're using
It's true. That's exactly what I just said.
All right, wait, one more. Hold on, because academics explains to WAC 100 a little more details. Hold on.
And also remember, and I'm gonna listen to WAC too. But also remember, another reason they put the RICO in is because once they convict you of the RICO, they can forfeit not only the assets of your business, but they can have you forfeit the assets of the defendant. So they can literally take all Diddy's money away from him. Why do you think Jeffrey Epstein wasn't hit with a RICO?
Oh yeah, he's definitely gonna go broke, man.
Exactly, but Jeffrey Epstein didn't. Jeffrey Epstein got sexual assault charges, but that's Jeffrey Epstein.
Oh yeah. We're gonna talk about that in a second.
Yeah, he paid
we're gonna talk about that one.
To dozens of minor victims, actual victims. Like he paid restitution.
Oh yeah, no, hold on. We're gonna once I play this video, we're gonna go into Epstein. Epstein a different type of animal. All right. So let me just play this. Let me play this last night. Epstein was different. Like Diddy ain't got nothing. Everybody we named combined don't have nothing. Well, we said Bill Cosby, we said Michael Jackson, we said R. Kelly, we said Diddy. They have nothing on Epstein. Like he got them all beat combined. But let me play this video and then we can talk about that. Like, yeah, because there's a clear double standard. 1 second.
2 more months. Going up to 40.
Yo, got statute of limitations on the hotel, right?
Well, for assault, just for assault.
Yeah, we got statute of limitations on that.
Hold on, right? And also, here's the thing with a RICO case, right? Because that's what Bradford Cohen was saying.
I don't think is this a RICO?
Yes, it's a RICO. They said, put it like this: if they have you on tape selling drugs in, say the 80s, you were selling drugs in the 80s. The statute of limitations is past that. But if you kept selling drugs from the 80s up till 5 years ago, the statute of limitations usually is around like 5 years or so, right? If it was continued, so in a RICO they usually prove is continued. So it started before the statute of limitations and continued up onto the point where statute of limitations exists. So yeah, that assault from 2016 would not be able to count. But if say that they could prove that it was a pattern of consistent abuse, physical abuse, they could use that. And by the
way, there you go.
That's exactly what I just said. But the thing that they're missing as well is the fact that they can make you forfeit all your money, right? So the prosecution puts in, paperwork, if you will, to have you forfeit all your assets based upon the racketeering acts, right? So Epstein, that man didn't get no RICO. I think they charged him with racketeering in the Virgin Islands or something. But in America, he didn't get a RICO. And he ended up paying the racketeering off in the Virgin Islands for like 1.5 million or something like that. Okay. But Jeffrey Epstein's estate still exists to today. His estate is who paid off the Virgin Island racketeering charge. Who settled it? It was Jeffrey Epstein's estate. Jeffrey Epstein's estate still exists till today. His family's running it. The billions of dollars he made still are feeding his family. His generational wealth still exists till today. They giving Diddy the RICO, and that man is about to have to forfeit all his assets, and his generational wealth be gone, and the money that he built for his family to be rich forever be gone. Okay, so they yeah, that's me. Thank you, sir. So they railroading him in that sense. You know what I mean? And that's one thing academics and them didn't touch on when they talk about why he's getting a RICO. And remember, hello, you still here? Hello?
Yeah, I'm here. I was in the back.
Okay. And remember, R. Kelly and P. Diddy are the only two human beings in the history of our country to be charged as a criminal organization of one. to be charged with the RICO by themselves.
But just because he's the only one doesn't mean it's wrong. But hold up, before you go to him.
No. Him and R. Kelly are the first two people in the history of America. How do you have a criminal organization, but you're the only one getting charged? Why they can surround whatever to the country?
Wait, let's back up to Epstein real fast. All right. So the reason why I said Epstein got all of them beat combined is because no matter how much money and influence Michael Jackson had, Bill Cosby, R. Kelly, Diddy, none of them has actually been on record paying off politicians, paying off DAs. Epstein literally pocketed, but he put money in the pockets of DA politicians. Like he actually paid them off because he got charged first with the same shit. But he got a slap on the wrist because he literally paid off the people who were supposed to bring charges on him. He actually paid them off. So now that's an animal. That's how. So no matter how much money Diddy had, he wasn't powerful. No matter how much money R. Kelly had and Michael Jackson and Bill Cosby, they were just rich. They weren't powerful. Epstein was powerful. He got law enforcers, DAs to back away and slap him on the wrist. And so he should be talked about. Like it's crazy how his name is not really dragged like that for how powerful he was with his money, his influence.
No, not at all. Not at all. You know what I'm saying? The rules are different for us now. Rules are very different for us. And
they might never mention him again. Like he's probably Diddy. They gonna make sure Diddy replaces Epstein. Epstein would never be mentioned again. I guarantee you.
No, it's true. It's true. You know what I mean? Like, I think I'm gonna leave the DJ stuff in here though. It's 100% true. Go ahead.
But focus. Every time, you know what? Somebody said this. Somebody said, although something isn't your fault, it's still your problem. And it's like, how are you going to solve it? So when I say your problem, I ain't saying like it's R. Kelly problem, Diddy problem. I'm saying it's black people problem because it keep happening. So it ain't our fault, but it's our problem. So it's like, how are we going to resolve this? So that means that niggas got to start living a Malcolm X life, close as possible. Because if not, this is what you're susceptible to. Like, it's like, yo, pick your poison. How you want to live? When you have that money and influence, how you want to live?
I mean, well, it goes back to something that the messenger said, most unlike Muhammad, you'll never be able to win in their system. One thing that he was big on was,
Irv Gotti won. Like the people actually won.
One thing he was doing was
Tookie Williams won. He got released.
Hold on, I'm coming. Like the man won't get dragged out the car. Let me stop him online. So you got to get your own. You got to get your own. You got to do for self. You got to get your own system of government, your own people to fight for you. Because the reality of the matter is you're never going to get a fair shot in their system. And they'll constantly, like he said, change the rules on you. When you
so wait.
All you do is change the rules.
But bro,
look how they did Marcellus Williams. Marcellus Williams, they took that brother. You had, the victim family saying he shouldn't be killed. You had new evidence come up saying he didn't do it. DNA didn't match him.
Nah. What he do? I'm what that nigga did. What he do?
They say he killed some white woman years ago. Robbed and killed her.
Oh yeah, you gotta go.
Back in the 90s.
Yeah, you gotta
what happened was they gave him the death penalty.
Yeah,
And
you got
yeah,
what?
they gave him the death penalty.
What state? What
And
state? What state? Texas, Florida?
Missouri,
Huh?
Missouri,
Oh, okay.
and they gave him the death penalty. And come to find out, all this new evidence coming up, DNA done came back, not to
Now I
him,
got man. Source up on that.
huh? Yeah, the DNA came back not to him, and the current prosecutor as well as the former prosecutor who tried the case both came out and said, look, you need to take this man off death row. He need to be freed. You know what I'm saying? They relied solely on the testimony of two paid off individuals who refused
I'm gonna call Cap on that.
to tell that the reward money that was offered by her husband. So they had incentive to lie because they got the money first. So all of this botched situation with the case, you had his lawyer, you had the victim's family, you had the former prosecutor, you had the
Yeah, I'm a wiki him right now. Yeah, what's this guy name?
Marcellus Williams.
This sounds too good to be true.
They came out all of them and said, look, we don't think he should be killed. We think he should be released. I'm talking about victim's family, his lawyer, the former prosecutor, the new prosecutor. They all said, look, retry this case, give him a new trial, release him, take him off death row. The Missouri Attorney General said, screw all of y'all. Okay, we gonna kill this nigga.
Turkey muffin.
Killed him.
Yeah, nah. That sounds too wild. I got that. Let me look this shit up.
Go look it up. I'm telling you, man.
That shit sound really extreme. Like all the evidence is pointing to free him, but they just we gotta kill this nigga.
Bro, I'm telling you. The Innocence Project came and took up his case and fought for him and presented a very good case for him. And then
what's his name? Marcellus what?
Marcellus Williams.
I see that nigga. Hold on. What's this shit right here? Hey, you ain't gonna. You ain't gonna cherry pick cases now. But you go ahead. I'm gonna skim through it real fast.
Yeah, so they changed, once again, change the rules on you. The minute you win the game that they set up against you to win, they just change the rules of the game. Yeah. They just changed.
Okay, so see, but what you gotta be careful of, like, because if this is true, right? What you gotta be careful of finding out one true case, which is correct, and then using that for every case in the future, right? Because if you do that, then white people could do the same thing. Like they can actually find a guy who's actually guilty and use that one case to show how black people are just ain't shit. So you gotta be careful of using one case to like condemn a multitude of people or a system or shit like that. You gotta be careful.
Well, we have plenty of cases of black people getting unfair trials in the history of this country.
And I agree, but you also
ain't nothing new. Black man,
I agree.
But killing a white woman, like, come on now. Yeah. This ain't a new occurrence in America, but it's still happening, and that's the point.
Yeah, but okay. Now hold on. It's one thing, and I'm not charging with this, but I'm saying it's one thing to state a fact like this, and it's called being an extremist or an alarmist to find one fact and then overexpand like it's going on all the time. Now that will put you in a different bracket. So for one bracket, it's like, okay, yeah, he's a true story, true historian. But if you spread that to every black guy who killed a white woman who's innocent, it's like, all right, dude, stop.
No, I'm not doing that. That's not what I'm doing at all. I'm simply giving another example of how they changed the rules of the game for you.
Wait, hold on. So now I'm not disagreeing with what you're saying, because it looked like I'm at the website. It looked like what you're saying is correct. So now I just want to do this. So I'm not disagreeing. I just want to say, when you say they changed the rules, the they part, so that's the extreme part I'm talking about, because this is the state of Missouri. The state of Missouri does not represent New Jersey. It does not represent New York, Pennsylvania, Rhode Island, California. It represents Missouri only. So if there's some foulness going on, it's going on in the state of Missouri. That's it.
No, brother, that's not it.
Yeah, no, it is. It is, because every state. Okay, well, let me help you out. Let me help you out. Every state have their own Congress. Every state has their own governor. Every state has these things that has no influence on the next neighboring state. Okay, so as one thing I know about is government, and state government and federal government. I do know Missouri. That's why abortions vary. New Jersey, you get an abortion. South Carolina, you can't. So state government, huh?
What Trump did and bringing it back to the states and overturning Roe versus Wade. Prior to what Trump did a couple years back,
yeah,
there was states couldn't get an abortion act.
Now you're right.
Right, exactly.
I'm not going to argue. I'm not going to argue that. You're right. And guess what? I always found it weird that if we have a Second Amendment, right, in the Constitution, why the hell we can't carry guns in New Jersey? Like, I always felt that weird. And then when they overturned Roe versus Wade, they overturned that. So I'm like, so all this time, you guys been like violating New Jerseyans' constitutional right, and the New Yorkers and Philadelphians. Like, that was some wild. Like, I never could understand why we don't have the Second Amendment right in the tri-state. I was just like, and then it was overturned. So yeah, you're right.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying. So but I say all that to say once again, they just changed the rules for you, and that's what they do.
I agree. Okay, so I'm gonna say I agree. The rules. You have racist people who have it in for black folks. It's not every last person, but some racist people get into power because they had this sickness against black people, and they're gonna use their power to violate black people at every chance they get. I 100% agree.
Yeah,
I 100% agree. Like, they have this fetish for us, but we're not even like a threat really to them. Like, we're so below.
We are a threat though.
No, but I'm saying optically, like, if you just look at the landscape, if you just look and observe, right? We're not an observant threat.
Well, what's happening is that we are being propagandized into believing that we're not a threat, but we are a threat. We've always been a threat, and we'll continue to be a threat as long as we're here, because for various reasons. In one of our previous videos, I talked about the Negro dilemma, which is a very real thing that they were faced with Congress was faced with, the American government was faced with. The Negro dilemma. We brutalized, murdered, raped, destroyed, disenfranchised, tarred and feathered, breeded these race of people, enslaved, and all the rest for centuries. Now they're free. That presents us with a dilemma. Dilemma number one. Well, we can't allow them to procreate because they'll become a threat to us economically, militarily, socially. Remember, we've been here as long as white folks, and we can't return migrate. We don't have no ties to Africa.
This is our country. This is our shit.
Every other minority in this country has ties to their original country. We don't. We've been here as long as white folks been here. So we have this.
We're American.
Okay, we don't want them to grow. We don't want to become them to become a threat to us. We don't want them to enact some sort of retribution on us because of all of what we've been doing to them. We don't want them to overbreed because they can literally wipe us out of existence through cohabitation alone. So if you look around and now there's more black folks in this country than white folks, which very well could have happened since we was being breeded and since we've been here as long as them. We have to make sure that their populations are quelled. So we become a threat to them genetically. We become a threat to them economically. We can become a threat to them militarily. Like Pharaoh in the scriptures, he was afraid that the slaves of Israel, that them boys would grow up and to join on to his to his enemies. Okay,
Yeah.
join the armies of his enemies. It's the same way with us. They're
wait. So, let me answer.
Internal threat, right? To them.
Let me answer. So I believe you're right for a large population of whites. I don't believe, like, especially Southern whites. Yes, Southern whites. Everything you said, because it was the Southern whites who was trying to maintain slavery. It was the Northern whites who was trying to abolish slavery for whatever reason. Doesn't matter. They're just trying to abolish plantation slavery. Okay. So now, because this is kind of my area, Southern whites were trying to pitch arguments before the Civil War. They were trying to pitch arguments why they shouldn't go to war because the nigger ain't shit. So some of the arguments they were saying was that the black men are going to be, if you let them free, they'll be murderers. They're going to do shit in life. They'll be thugs and vagrants. And they were saying the women will be Jezebels, whore and shit like that, right? But that was the South argument. That was not the North argument. So when you paint that picture, that is not an American picture. That was a Southern talking point about Negroes because they didn't want their slaves to be freed. Plantation slavery. All right. So now,
okay.
wait. One last thing. It was also the South who had their little pseudoscientists arguing the one drop rule and all type of pseudoscience. It was the Northern scientists. Hey, stop it! It was the Northern scientists who was debunking all of their pseudo claims. So you really had a tug of war going on, and the burden of proof be on you to sit here and tell me that all whites was on one page with that thought that you just said, because history does not show.
All right, so understand, first of all, okay, there was a distinction between the South and the North with regards to getting rid of chattel slavery. I agree with you there. However, remember, Abraham Lincoln said he would have kept slavery in if he thought he could preserve the Union. Okay, if he thought that he could still preserve the Union. So I agree that there was a sentiment to let slaves free, but that don't mean that sentiment existed to prove that they were that we were equal to them. The sentiment didn't exist to prove that that segregation versus integration. What's up, brother? There was a lot of Northern people who still believed in segregation. A lot of Northern people who still believe we were inferior. A lot of people Northern people who still believe we need to be checked and quelled because they had this Negro dilemma. Okay, a lot of Northern people who still doctors who still participate, because you mentioned the scientists. You still had a lot of Northern doctors who still participated in this medical apartheid against the people. That wasn't just a South thing. Okay, that was the entire nation. And then most importantly, the American government, those who were in charge and still, after slavery, okay, and who are pretty much still in charge now, apartheid against the people. Hello?
No. That's technical. Just keep going. That's technical stuff.
Right. So, and then the most importantly, the American government, who is still in charge now, enacted national policies, programs, rules, and laws that were extremely detrimental to Black people. The Housing Act of 1930 wasn't a South thing. The Better Housing Act wasn't a South thing. The Great New Deal wasn't a South thing. Okay, where they incentivized father absence via the welfare system. The Housing Act of 1930, where they gave hundreds of millions of home loans to white people only, refused to give them to Black people, created your segregated communities through the living situation that they set up by giving all these hundreds of millions of white loans to white people. Black people weren't allowed to be sold these homes. They weren't allowed to be bequeathed these homes, inherit these homes. Did not matter. You were not involved in this racist, illegal, immoral act that was very divisive and that set Black people back financially from ever really being able to compete economically in this country. That wasn't a Southern thing. That was a national thing. And a lot of the Northerners believed in it just as much as the Southerners believed in it. So this idea that if you lived on this side of the Mississippi, or if you, this idea that if you lived north of Virginia, that you just automatically wasn't racist, is a farce. It's a fallacy. It's a logical fallacy. It's just not true.
Can I respond to things that?
Yes, sir.
All right. So I own that book, Medical Apartheid, and I would see, one thing you were saying was, you were saying the word a lot of Northerners. Now, for me, you got to source up on that. I'm sure there was some, but when you say a lot, that's the majority. You got to source up of that, because if the majority was the majority, then in my mind, there wouldn't have been a civil war. But medical apartheid, when you read that book, a lot of the medical experiences, my boy, was in the South. Okay.
But it existed in the North too, bro.
No. Look at my language. Look at my language. My language was a lot. The majority of those cases were in the South. Matter of fact, the reason why we even know about medical apartheid is because after the Civil War, watch this. After the Civil War, the North had went into their records and made and disclosed them and made those transparent for us today. So it was the North exposing the medical practices of the South. That's why I say I own that book. That's one of my favorite books. All right, so that's one. When you say a lot of Northerners, be careful, because the public is going to receive that as the majority. And that means that burden of proof is going to be on you, which is going to be really hard to demonstrate. A lot of, like, majority Northerners were on the same page as the Southerners. They're not. The Southerners have always been seen as, when it comes as a white folks collected in America, the Southerners has always been depicted as the ignorant, the uneducated, the stupid, the savage, right? Who just want to beat Black folks and do all the savage shit. The Northerners always looked at them as that, not uncivilized, like can't catch up. Even today, the Southerners still got the redneck, stigma. So now, America is divided. They are definitely divided about Black folks. Yes, they are definitely divided about Black folks. The Southerners has the Southerners has their opinion on Black folks, and the Northerners have theirs. Now they're both can be racist. I don't know, but I do know they disagree. So it's not a national agenda where they all on one accord on how they're gonna handle Black folks or
that's just wrong. That's just patently wrong, brother. And the reality of the matter is, you can't say that I can't use the word a lot without sourcing up, but then you use the word a lot. Like, the reality of the matter is this: racism is a national issue, always has been. Okay, yes, there were certain distinctions that existed with how the South dealt with us based upon how the North dealt with us. The South were a lot more brazen in their racism, while the North was a lot more covert, but the racism still existed nonetheless. The programs and policies that I mentioned were national, brother. The Housing Act of 1930 was national. The Great New Deal was national. How they stuffed us in the projects and created these urban cities and put us in these urban areas, that shit was national. Redlining was national. that happened, that didn't just happen in the South, that happened all around the country. Okay, abortion. When Margaret Sanger and them created the abortion paradigm to quell the black population, according to her, according to eugenics, according to the American Birth Control League and Planned Parenthood, these were their mission statements. Okay, not mission statements, but these were things that they were quoting and saying. And when these people decided to put these 79% of abortion facilities in the black community, that was national. It wasn't a North versus South thing. So yes, there was certain distinctions that exist, but my point is that the belief that the North is this great redeemable portion of America who just ain't racist, and the South is the racist ones. That shit is a logical fallacy perpetuated by the government itself, partly because they want to, since we have such a brutal history in this country, they want to, you know, kind of have a caveat to their brutality by saying all of us wasn't like that. The North was good. The South was only bad. So still, it was a lot of white people who actually cared. But the reality of the matter is these racist, immoral, illegal laws, programs, and policies that were put in place to detrimentally affect us as a whole, that was practices exhibited by the entirety of the country, brother. So that's the point that I was speaking to. You know what I'm saying? Is that it's not, you know, just the South. Like that's BS. There's Klan chapters up here in PA and in New Jersey. You know, there's racism that exists within New Jersey and in Pennsylvania. There's segregation in the living that exists within Pennsylvania, New Jersey, New York, partly and majoritarily because of the Housing Act of 1930, the Better Housing Act and all of that. When they gave these hundreds of millions of home loans to white people only, that's how they created their suburbs. It started in 1930, it ended in 1962. They had 32 years of building your white American suburbs devoid of black people. At birth, they created your hoods and your ghettos, your projects, and they put, and they what's up, man? And yeah, he fixed it right there. His card, I do.
If you say too much. Yeah, I'm not speaking against 30 Act housing. You talk about Margaret Sanger. You want to go there? Fine. First of all, my brother, Planned Parenthood is different from abortion clinics. Majority of Planned Parenthood facilities are in urban inner cities, black folks reach. Abortion clinics are different. Abortion clinics are not accessible to black people. Abortion clinics are mainly accessible to white folks. Let me explain the difference. The Planned Parenthood is government funded, and you know government funded stuff is usually free or cheap, but it's really designed for poor people. Abortion clinics are not, so things that are not involved in government is usually not for poor people. Like for example, you got FHA loans. FHA loans are actually Federal Housing Act. That's for poor people and people with bad credit. When you buy a house without that, that's for people with money. Okay, so when something is not government ran regulated, it's not for poor people. So abortion clinics are not for poor people. It's for people who got money. Okay, so abortion clinics are private practices. DJ Focus, brother Focus can be a doctor. He has his private practice. I'm a doctor. I got my private practice. So we have our different roles and we can set up where we want to set up. We're going to set up, because we cost a lot of money, this procedure, because we don't have the free stuff for poor people, we're going to set up amongst white people or people with money. So that's the difference. So abortion clinics are accessible to people with money, white people, and Planned Parenthood facilities, which is government ran, are placed in inner cities because they don't have money. Now,
that's not true, bro. That's not true. Now, okay. I already destroyed you on this point on previous podcasts, and I really do not wish to do it again, but I will entertain you. I will entertain you slightly. Okay.
You can't source up one link. I guarantee
you. Brother, I've already done that. I've sent you the American Birth Control League. I've sent you the Heritage Foundation. I've sent you
Hey, and guess what? They was talking about Planned Parenthood, bro.
brother.
They
Okay,
were not
brother,
talking about abortion clinics.
brother. I'm going to try this one last time,
Yeah,
and then
please.
I'm not going to do this with you. Matter of fact, I will just for your
Yeah, I don't
audience.
want to talk about abortion. I never bring it up.
Okay,
You guys
quickly
do.
to rebut your. That's not the only point I brought up, though, bro. You
No,
never,
but I was going to tackle something else.
hold on, sir. You navigated around the myriad points I brought up to prove that the racism was national and funded and perpetuated by the entirety of the country, including those who are in control of the American government.
I didn't disagree.
Brother, hold on. You hardly around all that to get to a point you think you was right about.
No. Hold on. Hey, focus.
That's not on abortion only because you wanted to Harlem.
No, I was going.
But the reality of the matter is this, brother. The Planned Parenthood has performed the most abortions in the United States.
Yeah, you said Planned Parenthood.
Hold on.
Basically free or cheap. That's why I said.
Exactly.
I'm agreeing with you.
Why they're in your community. We're going to make sure that after we starved you economically and you don't have enough money, that you're still going to be able to get this baby killed. Okay? See.
You're not. Oh, wait.
Bro, let me finish. Please. Okay. I'll let you talk. I don't want to have to be on here talking about let me finish. Let you talk. All right. So the reality of the matter is, overwhelmingly, Planned Parenthood every year performs the most amount of abortions in the country. So I don't want to hear about the fringe abortion facility that may exist in a white community that even their people don't use, quote unquote, all the time as much as they use Planned Parenthood. Because not only do you need insurance, not only do you need money, not only do you need all of that, but in many regards, your parents have to know about this. So if I was a little white girl that got trained by a bunch of Negroes, and I want my parents to know whether I got insurance or I live in the middle America or not, I'm going to go to Planned Parenthood because it's free, it's cheap, and I do not have to tell my parents about it. I can just go in there, get a pill, it's confidential, and I can flush my baby down the toilet within days. So the reality of the matter is, the vast majority of Planned Parenthood, since Roe versus Wade, okay, has produced the most number of abortions overwhelmingly. Also, they have produced the most number of abortion facilities overwhelmingly. Okay, it is number one on their agenda. This is what they do. And these other clinics, okay, they offer other services, yes, as does Planned Parenthood. But the reality of the matter is, Planned Parenthood is the only one of them that's number one in abortion. That's what we do. Donald Trump actually came out and said, look, we'll give you a bunch of money. He pro-life, said we'll give you a bunch of money. You just can't do abortion. They refused it. Say, nah, we want to be able to kill these babies. And none of that addresses nor negates the fact that the American Birth Control League is a league that came out of, which is Planned Parenthood, is a league that came out of the eugenics movement, in which they were stated that their mission is to eradicate Black and poor people from the face of the earth. Degenerate people from the face of the earth.
Is it my go now?
The American, then in her letter to her doctor.
That's the letter you cut through before?
Hold on. Then in her letter to her doctors, Margaret Sanger said, we're going to get the priests, the Black priests, to come out and advocate for it because we don't want them to know we're trying to wipe them out. She said that. And then she created the American Birth Control League, or was the face of it, and then created Planned Parenthood. And they put 80% of abortion facilities in walking distance from the Black community, and Black people have been disproportionately getting aborted ever since. So I'm not gonna keep on. I'm not gonna keep on schooling you up on your racist ass hero, Mark.
Okay, now you're ranting. Okay, so you gave an argument, now you're ranting. Let me go. All right. First of all, let me correct you. You said abortion. You said aborting a baby. Are you crazy? A baby is a living, breathing thing with organs. See, so to misrepresent what's going on, you got to use nouns that don't apply to abortions. Okay, so okay. I'm going to explain. You just relax. A baby is born. It has eyes, ears, toes, fingers. That's a baby. When you have an abortion, you're not aborting a living, breathing thing. You're talking about the term. Now, that's a Republican talking point. You're talking, but scientifically, it's called terminating a pregnancy. So you have a fetus. A fetus is not a baby.
Excuse me, sir. That's wrong. You're
Wait,
wrong.
no, wait,
You're
stop,
wrong.
Wait. Oh, okay. Look. So now I'm a body real fast. What's the difference between a fetus and a baby?
You're going to say one is out the womb and one is in the womb?
No, I'm not going to say that. The definition is going to say that a fetus is in the stomach,
my nigga,
and a
my
baby
brother,
is born.
my brother. If you can't see that this is propaganda perpetuated,
Okay. So let me finish. Wait, you cut in. Wait, hold on. Wait. You cut in. You went freely.
Finish, sir. Finish. You don't have to explain to me. Finish.
I'm gonna be very quick. Okay. So now, what Republicans do? That they use the wrong nouns to describe things to get people to be on their side. There's medical terms for a reason. There's a fetus is called something, an embryo is called something, and a baby is called something. They're three different things from each other. Okay, so when a woman has an abortion, she's terminating her pregnancy. She's not killing a baby because a baby has to be born to be called a baby. If it's not born, it's called a fetus or the embryo or something else.
Okay.
Wait. Somebody go. Just relax.
Okay, go ahead.
Move along like you. So scientifically, you're wrong, and you can't prove a fetus and a baby is the same thing. You can't prove a baby and an embryo is the same thing. You can't do it. You lost. Okay. So now let me go further. So now,
oh my God,
the Planned Parenthood is again something that's federally involved, right? The federal, like FHA loans,
your face done too?
like other things. The government says, hey, because Black people reached out to Margaret Sanger, right? They reached out to her. So now, what you can do later on, because I don't really want, I try to shy away from this. I don't want to debate this, but if you wanted to have a full out debate, you, IBM, whoever else, which I never do, we can have an all out full debate. Or my argument is Margaret Sanger is a good woman. So I will even take that title. I will take the negative. I will say she's a good woman. I guarantee I will beat the shit out y'all.
I already trashed you on that, first of all. So
actually, you lost. I got the video. You know I got the video.
Okay. So let's not front to the people as if we didn't already have this debate and I didn't wipe the floor with you. That's first of all.
You did not. You got your ass kicked.
Second of all, sir.
You were wrong with playing.
Second of all, sir, according to the New Oxford American Dictionary, a fetus is an unborn offspring of a mammal. In particular, an unborn human baby.
Unborn? Unborn, all right.
Time out.
Unborn, right? It ain't born, right?
An unborn human baby. So even at the point that is unborn, it's still human. It's still
no. Born is an action word.
This is when the cutoff comes. Because you know I'm about to wipe the floor.
No, because born, when you cut me off first, born is an action word.
I let you go,
but
though.
It says unborn. That means it was unaction. That's what you're talking about, man.
Sir,
thank you.
Sir, stop with your cognitive dissonance. The reality of the matter is, you just said a fetus and a baby are two different things.
Yes.
You're wrong. Hold on.
Did you read baby?
Sir.
Did you read baby?
Sir, don't lose the people now.
I'm asking you, did you read the word baby?
Don't lose the people now because you're emotionally disturbed and now you want to cut me off.
I'm good.
Okay.
None of y'all want to debate me, and none of y'all could beat me.
Here we
go.
I
don't want to debate me.
Okay, here we go. Fine. But
debate
now,
me then. If you're so confident, debate me.
I already did. I'll do it anytime.
But yeah, exactly.
Talk about it with debate now. Hush.
None of y'all can touch me on this.
Okay,
right listen, nobody. Nobody.
This is what we do. This is how the podcast devolved into yelling and screaming. And the people.
You went to abortions.
The
Why'd
people
you go there? We're talking about P. We're talking about Epstein. Why you go to abortions? Please do this. Y'all go to something that's not worth.
All right. Well, let me say my piece, and then we can end it. All right. Thank you, sir. All that to get me to talk. Then when I talk for one sentence, you want to say, you've been talking for 5 minutes. It's the same.
I'm not even going to respond, actually.
Okay, fine. Thank you. Okay, so you just said a fetus and a baby were two different things. That's ignorant, stupid, unscientific, and wrong. The fact of the matter is, a fetus is an unborn human baby.
Unborn.
Hold on. Unborn human baby.
Okay.
When you put those words together, that lets you know that even though it's unborn, it's still a human and it's still a baby.
What?
It's a human and it's still a baby.
You didn't read baby at all, the definition.
Sir, it's not your turn yet. You got a bunch of people on this line. You're losing. You're getting emotional. Wait.
No, sir, I'm good.
Okay.
You want angry? I'm laughing.
Okay, well, let me
You
finish.
angry?
All right, man.
Sorry.
I can't do this. All right, an unborn human baby.
You didn't read baby at all. You're inserting that, by the way.
God, sir.
Yeah.
Sir.
Yeah.
So when you put these words together, unborn human baby.
No, it doesn't read baby. I'm gonna correct you every time. You're not gonna lie. It don't say baby.
My nigga, I'll screenshot it to you and send it to you right now.
No. Read it verbatim. Just read it. I trust you. Read it verbatim.
What are you talking about?
Just read it. Read it verbatim. That's what I'm asking.
I'm reading it verbatim. And
okay, go ahead.
Okay,
Go ahead.
see this. Noun.
Okay, so did it say baby?
Oh God, sir.
Did it say baby? Hey, so you lied.
Sir.
Man, God damn.
Sir.
That was a liar.
Sir.
I'm going to mute.
Thank you, sir. Okay. Fetus. Noun. An unborn offspring of a mammal. In particular, an unborn human baby more than 8 weeks after conception.
Post that link real fast. Wait, no.
Oh God.
What are you reading?
You said you were going on mute.
Right now. What are you reading?
The new Oxford American Dictionary.
On what?
The new Oxford American Dictionary.
On what? On what word?
What are you talking about?
On what word are you defining?
Fetus.
Okay, cool. All right, go ahead.
Okay, thank you. An unborn human baby. Okay? Now you were sitting up here talking about something. It got eyes, it got toes, it got fingers. It got all of that prior to being born. Babies at 8 months, at 7 months, at 6 months have toes, fingers, eyes, nose, ears.
So wait. So are you saying?
Here we go.
No, I'm clarifying. I'm just clarifying. Relax. I'm clarifying. Are you saying in that definition the word baby is there?
Yes, sir.
Okay, where? Can you see my screen?
You know what? I'm gonna just screenshot it and send it to you. Okay.
I'm here.
I'm gonna screenshot it and send it to you.
Yeah, do that.
Screenshot it and send it to you. That way you can put it up.
I'm here.
That's why you can put it up for the people. Okay.
Yeah, do that for me.
Yeah, you can put this right up to the people. I just sent it to your inbox. Right?
Yes, send on Facebook.
This is what I do. Y'all cut people off and then start doing stuff when you know you can cook.
Actually, when you talk about abortions, it was my goal. You cut me off, by the way.
Okay, whatever. I let you speak, but regardless.
You cut in though. I didn't speak freely. You cut in. But
now look how long we've been going on this dumb point that you wrote about. Look at this.
Wait. The screenshot you sent me, that was from Oxford?
Yes, sir.
Okay, cool. So let me go. Go ahead and finish. I'm gonna share my screen.
Thank you, sir.
I'm gonna share my screen.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir. Thank you. Okay.
I'm gonna be transparent.
Now I understand why you're reticent to let me talk, and it's because you have no legs to stand on. Hold on, sir. You have no legs to stand on.
You won't debate me on this. I know that.
I already did. So don't say I won't.
Okay, exactly. I already did. Don't sound like I will. Okay, so here it says a young human. This is Oxford Dictionary. I'm here. It says a young human or animal before it is born. Hold on. Where my screen go? Okay. Especially a human more than 8 weeks after fertilization. It says nothing about a baby.
Okay. I sent you the new Oxford American Dictionary.
I'm actually here. I don't know where you sent that from, but I'm actually here. Guess what?
So you're not on where I told you to go.
I'm on Oxford Dictionary. I'm on. It says Oxford Learners Dictionary. I'm here,
brother. I'm here. Did I tell you that was my source? I said
what was your source?
Oxford American Dictionary.
Who?
Now look that up and stop with your cognitive dissonance.
You said what? Oxford. I mean, I'm looking at
New Oxford American Dictionary. That's where I said to go.
American.
Go to the first place you see the word Oxford.
All right.
Not only that, show what I just sent you, the screenshot.
No. I want to see it for myself. No screenshot. I want to see myself. Look,
oh yeah, because
I'm here.
I just while I was cutting hair had time to pick art and fabricate this through PicArt. Right?
It says a young human or animal before it is born, especially a human more. It said the same thing.
Bruh.
Yeah, I'm at yo, my screen, you can see my screen. Oxford, it says American English. We're looking at it. Search Oxford Advanced American Dictionary. We're here. We're here.
Bruh. Could you do me a favor?
Share your screen. How about that? You share your screen.
First of all, this is Oxford University Press you on.
Bro, share your screen.
I don't know if I can do that on my phone.
You can. Go.
How?
Zoom. I mean, Zoom has a share feature. So go down there, and then it's the same thing. The same way you would do it if you was on Zoom.
I don't know how to do that. You see?
You don't see a share feature on your Zoom application?
I'm on the Zoom application. I don't see
a share.
Hold on, share. Oh, screen. All right, cool. Boom. All right, start broadcast. Boom. 2, 1. All right, can you see it?
Not yet. Okay, I see your screen. Go ahead.
Okay. Boom. See this. New Oxford American Dictionary. An unborn offspring mammal, in particular an unborn human baby, more than 8 weeks after conception. Now that's done. Okay.
Wait. Go back. Go back.
You're a joke, man.
Go back. Okay. So now let me read that. It says an unborn. What does born mean? That means out the womb, right?
God.
It says an unborn offspring of a mammal. In particular, an unborn. Wait, go back.
Oh, I will share my screen.
Hey, come on.
Go ahead.
He's trying to run. Okay. No. Go back to where we read it all. Click that arrow.
All right, go.
He's trying to hide it. Okay, it says an unborn offspring of a mammal. Unborn, by the way. In particular, an unborn human baby more than 8 weeks after conception. Adequate folic acid is important for the developing fetus.
Okay. You done? Because I'm not going to talk until you're done, because I don't want you cutting me off.
I'm done.
Okay.
Go ahead. Go.
Okay. So first of all, sir, as I said 10 times already, hopefully you can make an adjustment now. When you put the words unborn human baby together in a sentence, that lets you know that even though it is unborn, it's still a human and it's still a baby.
Okay, wait. Okay, so let me ask you a question.
I thought you said you were going to cut me off.
Yeah, because I got to ask a question. What's the difference between an unborn human baby and a born human baby?
Joke, man.
What's the difference between an unborn human baby and a born human baby? What's the difference?
You know the difference. One is in the womb, one is out the womb.
Wait, say that again?
One is in the womb, one is out the womb.
Wait, hold on. So would you agree? Wait. Relax. Well, would you agree that one is living and one is non-living?
No, brother, but stop what you're not going to now not let me talk and then try to question me in a way where you can kind of be right by misleading the people.
All right, look. Go ahead and talk. You go ahead and talk, and I'm gonna come back with that same question. Go ahead.
All right. So, irregardless if the baby is unborn or born, it's a baby. So your entire point is moot, which we really shouldn't be on this point for the last 20 minutes, taking me away from my original point, which is that these Margaret Sanger and many other laws and policies existed nationwide, and there was no distinction between the South and the North. That's the main point that you're trying to weasel your way out of, okay? But if you want to get semantical and talk about what a fetus is, you're wrong about that too. A fetus is a baby. You said a baby has 10 toes, 10 fingers, eyes, nose. All of this a fetus has. Okay, and more importantly, even though it says after 8 weeks of after 8 weeks or 8 weeks after conception, abortion laws are you can have an abortion up to 9 months in this country. So that's well after the 8 period, well after. And these laws were enacted by a fucking racist, your hero, Margaret Singer, who is a racist and who is quoted in saying black people are weeds who need to be wiped off the face of the earth, and we're going to use abortion to do it. Yes, she said we're going to use abortion to do it. And the American Birth Control Review, she wrote that abortion, that eugenics.
Watch how long he talks, so I can't respond. Watch
okay,
this.
She wrote in the American Birth Control Review that eugenics without birth control is a house built upon sand. A house built upon sand is not have a sturdy foundation. It will crumble. It will break. It's not a real
I got it.
concrete dream. So she said, without birth control,
I don't care what she says.
Our eugenics plan.
Okay,
now
cool.
let's do all this with you before.
Okay, wait. All right, so let me respond. So now, what's the difference between an unborn baby and a born baby?
There's plenty differences.
Okay, so let me narrow it down. If you're unborn, are you breathing air? Are you alive?
You are alive, yes, sir.
Okay, get that for me.
Okay, you're alive. And although you might not be breathing air conventionally through the lungs, you're still being fed oxygen, you nut, through the oxygen that your mom is, the mother is breathing through the lungs. Babies and all living beings survive on oxygen. On oxygen. Okay? So the mother takes in oxygen. That oxygen is then imparted into the baby. So although it's not conventionally using its lung jet, it's still alive. It still needs food. That's why you have an umbilical cord. Okay? It still has a heartbeat. It still has feelings. It's still creating a love and a connection to its mother's neural system, which is why her emotions can dictate the state, emotional state.
Wait. So slow down. Okay, you're going too far. You're going too far. How many weeks? This is a better question. How many weeks are the fetus said to be alive? How many weeks? Or is it?
I want to keep jumping around. I'm gonna answer that question.
No. I know. This is question. Wait, hold on, because you said something that wasn't an answer. So I got to respond to that. This is called being specific. There's people trying to learn. So I want to know, how many weeks is a fetus said to be alive?
There's varying beliefs on that. Scientific as well belief. Some people say that it's not alive until you can hear the heartbeat, which is I think between 6 and 8 weeks. And others say that life begins at conception. You have to understand.
No. When you say others, no, stop. You're talking to me now. Okay, when you say others, who are the others?
Bro, there's scientists in the community who believe life begins at conception, bro.
No. See, the thing about scientists don't do what you and I do. They don't just say something. They actually go to prove it. Okay,
me, sir. The jury, they say kind of like the jury is still out on it, but they do not say it doesn't start at conception, nor do they say do. It does. That's the general
okay, wait.
However, the general consensus is not something that all scientists agree with.
Wait.
Who believes
hold on.
At 6 to 8 weeks.
So hold on.
It starts at conception. You have to understand. Hold on, real quick. You have to understand, sir.
This guy just want to rant.
When you have sperm, you have your father's
DNA.
No.
You
have an egg, you have the mother's DNA.
Wait. Before you do that. Wait, hold on, bro.
God.
Come on, man. We're talking about fetuses and you're talking about sperm now. Relax. I don't want to go that far.
It's the same thing. You don't want to completely destroy you.
Are you serious? Okay, so hold on. So he just said, "Wait, bro,
Oh,
you
you know
said
what? No, no, no. You just talk and then I'll talk. I'm not going to be. I'm not getting 20 questions from you to
okay."
curtail
Not
my point
you
of
ain't getting
view.
no questions from me. Look,
That's all you're doing. So when does the
right,
fetus start?
you're not
So, when,
getting no
so
questions.
who are these scientists? You're not
Right,
questioning me.
right.
I'm
Yeah,
saying I
that's
have
what
time to
smart.
speak. You
Yeah,
have your time to
that's
speak.
what smart people do. Prepare
No, no,
yourself.
no.
Hold on,
You
right.
you
Oh my
have
God,
your
this
time to
guy,
speak.
he's
When
still
you're done,
talking.
I'll have my time to speak.
Okay,
When I'm
cool.
finished,
I'm not. I only.
when
I
I
only.
finish, then you can ask questions.
Okay, hold on. So
When
I
I'm
only.
finished
Bro,
speaking,
no, no,
then you
bro,
ask
hold
your
on.
questions.
Bro, I only no, because you're talking about sperm now. We're talking about fetuses. So what? So once you change what we're talking about, I'm gonna step in. Now, if you're talking about fetuses, go continue. But if you're talking about sperm, I'm stepping in. We're not. I'm not addressing sperm at all. My contention is with the word fetus. So now you just read the verdict is not in. So now listen, smart people, listening, smart people. If the verdict is not in, then he or I cannot make an absolute claim.
That's
Okay.
not true, sir.
Oh yeah. Oh wait. Yeah. Well, hold on. Wait. Hold on. So Young Thug isn't convicted yet. The verdict's not in. So you could make an absolute claim about his innocence or guiltiness. You cannot.
Sir, go ahead. All right, sir. The only thing the verdict is still in on or not is if life begins, quote unquote, at conception. The
That's
fact,
important.
hold on, wait a minute. That's if it begins at conception. There is no verdict out to say once a baby has a heartbeat, it's not alive.
Wait. Stop. The reason why
The
I asked.
general scientific consensus is that once the baby's heart is beating, once the baby is exhibiting these signs of life, the baby's alive. Now,
Okay, look, I got no problem with that. Wait. Back
okay,
up.
okay.
Okay, so hold on.
So all of that is
Wait.
still
So hold on.
and all
You
that
made a
makes your point move.
bro. No, it does not. Yeah. Okay. Right. So you're the one emotional. I'm not because I go with the facts. So what I mean is, if I have an opinion, and the facts contradict it, I drop my opinion. It's that simple for me. I respect the opinion over I respect the facts over my opinion. You don't. That's why it's getting unnerving to you. Okay. So now,
That's a
that's
lie,
why.
sir.
Wait.
I
Hold on.
hit you with facts. You're not
Okay.
respecting
Sure.
my facts. I had
Okay.
to
Cool.
give you 3 different definitions for you to prove it was an
So
unfair.
we agree on one thing. Relax, man. I'm not even. I'm not even trying to debate. I'm not even debating. By the way, you just said that what they agree on is when the heart is beating. Cool. I can go with that. I can go with you can't. I can go with when the heart is beating, the baby is alive. Can you go with that?
You said, can I go with what?
Can you go? You just said scientists don't disagree on when the heart is beating, the baby is alive. Can you accept that?
Me personally, I can use that. I can use
You can't
that,
fuck with me, man.
sir. Me personally, I can use that to defeat your point. But just because general consensus, that's
Right.
acceptable
I'm
in
just
fact,
right.
bruh,
I'm not asking
bruh,
about. I'm
bruh,
asking. Do you agree with?
bruh. Let
Okay,
me
you're not
finish.
answering the question, man.
God damn! Here you go again with the same tactics. Let me finish. Jesus
You're just
Christ!
ranting, man. You're rambling.
I'm not, sir. I'm not.
I asked you, did you agree with the fact that when the heart beats, the baby is alive? A simple question. Do you agree?
Hold on, bro. I'm on 1%. I gotta put my damn phone on the charge. I'm telling you that I don't, and I'm explaining why. You don't want my explanation because
Go ahead.
you know when somebody's gonna destroy you, and then you get emotional and unmoved, and you won't let nobody finish that point.
No, because
You're emotional and unmoved.
now I'm saying I asked you a question and you didn't answer. I asked you, did you agree that when a baby heart is beating, the baby's alive? I said I agree. I'm asking, do you agree?
I'm telling you, I do not. But I'm also telling you,
Let's
I'm
fucking go, man.
telling you that,
Let's go.
bruh, relax, relax. Okay. So I'm telling you that I
I'm
do
going
not.
on
Hold on.
mute.
Hold on. Real
I'm
quick.
going on
Let
mute.
me get paid for this. Hold on, real quick. Hold on. And then when I go to talk, just hush, please.
I'm going on mute. You can talk for an hour. I'm going on mute. Where you at? You talking? Where you at? So now he disappears. See, AD said peace. That's what I'm trying to say. He said that the verdict is out on whether there's life when the baby is first conceived. He said there's no conclusion there. So that means that's the gray area. But he wants to argue the gray area. Scientists agree
Okay.
that life is born. Life starts when the heart is pumping. He agreed with that. I agree with the consensus. He doesn't.
Okay. So look. Listen,
I'm going on mute. I'm going on mute.
All right, go on mute. Could you take your thing off? Let me hook up to this.
He can't fuck with me. Sorry.
Hold on.
Let's go. Sorry.
Oh. Get in there. Okay. Put it on. Hey, I'm on the live. Hello?
So he don't want me to talk, but he gets quiet, and then it's just nobody talking. Okay, so since he's not talking,
Hear me now? All right, good.
oh my God, go
Okay,
ahead.
good. All right.
We can't hear you.
Trying to talk. I said, can you hear me? I asked one time, can you hear me?
I could not hear you.
I don't believe in.
You were breaking up. I could not hear you. I can hear you now, but you were breaking up earlier.
Okay, good. All right. So first of all,
now keep in mind, we were talking about hip hop. He brought it to this, but go ahead.
Actually, you brought it to this. I was simply
I said nothing about abortion, bro. You did.
Brother, I was simply showing you that there was not a
right. So you brought it here. You brought it here.
Brother,
right.
I was simply
you brought it here.
You,
brother, right. So you did it. Right. So you just lied. You did it. You did it.
Brother, relax. I was simply showing you that there was not this big distinction between the mindset of the North and the South as you think there was with regards to how they dealt or believed in what Black people were and how they dealt with Black people. Then I showed you a myriad of policies and programs to prove my point, and I just mentioned abortion as one of them. You decided to zero in on abortion because you think you have an argument here, which you don't. So since you wanted to zero in on it, I'm going to thoroughly debunk you once again, and hopefully for the last time. So you can.
But you won't thoroughly debate me, though, right?
You can actually. We debated already. Post the link in the chat. So look, Now,
He won't
the
debate me though.
reason, okay, now, sir,
Him
because
or IBM won't debate me.
I literally just spent the last 25 minutes talking about the definition of fetus and begging to talk. You're ruining the live because you will not just let me just get my point out. Now, look, the fact of the matter is this, okay? Um, the, the general consensus, which science had plenty general consensuses that were totally debunked and wrong. So I don't have to believe in the general consensus of science that changes every week. Okay? I don't have to do that. All right? I can believe based upon my own research what I believe. Now, and my research, which is also backed up by scientists, whether or not they are accepted as the general consensus or not. Now, the general consensus says about abortion, we don't know if it does, we don't know if it don't. So, therefore, I'm not wrong for having arguments to say that it does, because according to the general consensus, they don't know if it does. So I could be right. I could be right. They don't even know. Okay? So, this is not like the general consensus is saying that I'm wrong. The general consensus is we don't know if it starts at conception, but we do know it starts at 6 to 8 weeks. All of which is prior to being born, which is what you tried to act like it was a difference between a fetus and a baby based upon birth. You're wrong about that. You're wrong about everything. All right. So the reality of the matter is this: the reason why I believe life starts at conception is because that's when the entirely new DNA sequence begins. You have the father's sperm, one DNA sequence. You have the mother's egg, another DNA sequence. When those two meet at that moment, there is an entirely new DNA sequence, a new one, unique to that child. Yes, life begins at conception. And then all that, and then on top of that, let's literally realize what we're talking about. Oh, it didn't start then, but in 6 weeks from now, that's when it starts. You're arguing fucking semantics at this point, okay? Because the reality of the matter is, we know that this is a life, and if you don't want to agree it's a life now, well, then in a month and a half, which ain't no long dispensation of time, not even a whole fucking a season of power, in less than one season of power, it's going to be alive. So now we're going to use these fictitious arguments to justify murdering babies by the millions? I beg your pardon, sir. That's wrong. Science wrong. You wrong. Okay? I do not have to agree with that bullshit as general consensus. And irregardless, if I did agree with it,
You brought it up.
you're still wrong. Because you said baby born to baby not born, there is a difference in the definition of fetus. That was wrong.
Focus. The difference is focus.
That was wrong.
3 seconds. You go back. Yeah. Okay. If I'm wrong, you see me. I have no problem with me saying I was wrong. I can say that. I can say that I'm wrong about a point. I have no problem. But go ahead. Continue.
Right. And then the abortion paradigm in itself doesn't even respect the baby after the heartbeat. Okay, you even after 6 to 8 weeks, when science tell you that this baby is alive, you can have an abortion up to 9 months, according to Roe versus Wade, which is what Margaret Sanger believed in, which is what the Democrats believe in,
Donald Trump put it in the hands of the state.
What feminists believe in, and everybody who believes in a woman.
But bro, you're talking about Margaret Sanger
up to 9 months.
Bro, you're Mr. Smart who's in the 30s. We're in 2024. Donald Trump put it in the hands of the states. There's no Margaret Sanger. She's gone. She's buried. She's bones. States. Some states agree with you. Some states don't.
Okay, exactly. But the reality of the matter is, the fight is not over just because Margaret Sanger died. Her son is still the fucking, or her grandson, I believe, is still the president of Planned Parenthood with all the same talking points.
Wait, hold on. Hey, bro. See, now it comes back to this. This is what I'm saying. Like, you guys, you or IBM will never debate me on
I already
this.
did. You weirdo.
No, you didn't. What you
Okay.
did,
All right.
look, focus, relax. What you did is what we're doing now. We're just talking. We're not debating. We're just talking.
That's a
Okay,
lie.
and we're disagreeing with each other. No, we didn't debate because you can't fuck me in no debate. But let's listen.
Okay. All right.
Well, hold on. But let
Should
me.
I post the chat when you said I destroyed you in the Darwin debate? Talking about I can't fuck with you in no debate. I destroyed you in the
Oh,
Darwin debate. You just
yeah. Oh,
telling me I
Look.
destroyed you.
Okay, relax.
So why do you sit here lying to the people? You can't fuck with
Look.
me in the debate. It's your ego.
Let me correct myself. You got me on that one.
Okay, stop saying I can't fuck with you.
Okay, I just said you got. I just said you got me on that. I just said you got me. Okay, so I made a mistake. Not all debates he can't fuck with me, but this one for sure.
All right, whatever you say, man. I already destroyed.
Okay, but focus. But you see, I can come back and I can admit something. You see, so I admit two things. I admit I was wrong about fetus and baby, and I admit I was wrong about the you can't fuck. Okay, okay. So I'm the one who has a proven track record to admit when I'm wrong. Okay, no problem. It's not a big deal because I don't want to be wrong. I don't want to be wrong. So if it takes a beat down for me to be right, then beat me down. And then guess what? You won't have that problem me afterwards. But when it comes to this one, this abortion thing, you're in trouble. And I don't mind. We don't have to debate. I don't mind talking to you like now. I don't mind talking to you. I would rather not because I was talking about hip hop, but I don't mind talking about this. I love this is my topic. I believe this is my lane, and I don't believe nobody could beat me in a debate on this.
Okay. All right. You know, the ego says a lot of things. If you want to post the debate we already had on this, you say it wasn't a debate. Fine, post the link.
I'm gonna send the video to you. Okay. So now, what you can do is, and I'll help you out. I want you to know how to clip stuff. So when you, huh?
I'll be right back.
No, it's my wife talking to my daughter.
Okay. So focus. I want you to learn how to clip. So I'll help you. I'll help you, no problem. How to clip what I'm saying and what you're saying, and it becomes clips where you don't got to play the whole video. It just clips like things I said, things you said, and that's what I do now. As you can see, I do that now. But I'm gonna send you. I'm gonna send you the full video, and when you know what I mean, when you bored, whatever, take a long drive, watch it and then clip it.
All right, I'll do that.
But yeah, I'm done. But go ahead. Like I said, I don't like my intention today was not to debate
right now. And I'm gonna bring it all. I'm gonna bring it all back. You know, but the reality of the matter is, we can have the debate again on Singer whenever you want to. I killed you back then. I'll kill you again.
But I'd rather not. To be honest, I'd rather not debate it. But if you're gonna push me,
whatever. But you have to understand that the Darwin debate you lost, the Singer debate is just an extension of that debate.
No, but the difference is that
it's all connected.
No. The Darwin teaches evolution. No.
Hold on, sir.
Darwin teaches evolution, natural selection.
Sir, let me
prophylactics, birth control. That's a complete different
finish, sir.
category.
Let me finish, sir.
Yeah, you can make us some shit, but they're totally unrelated.
Let me finish, sir. Thank you. Okay. It's an extension. I don't talk to hear myself be heard. Nigga, I study like you. It's an extension, sir.
Nah.
Okay. It's an you don't know. You're not around me every day. But
no.
Hush. It's an extension, sir. Margaret Sanger was a eugenicist. The father of eugenics is Francis Galton. Francis Galton is Darwin's first cousin.
Bro. Here's the thing.
Hold on.
See, all these false connections. I disagree.
Sir.
Let's just debate Margaret Sanger.
You go with the cutoff.
No, I don't care about Darwin. I don't care about Darwin's cousin.
Look at you.
Yeah, and the thing, no, I'm not emotional. You're the one yelling, not me.
You can't stop right now if you wanted to.
Because I'm clarifying something real fast.
Bruh, you can clarify once I'm done. You
But
ain't gotta
bro,
cut me off
no.
every 2
Look,
seconds.
the reason why I chimed in because you're
Look, emotional.
you're misrepresenting my character,
Emotional wreck.
and you can't do that.
You're emotional
So
wreck.
no.
Emotional wreck.
I'm actually, bro. You're the only one screaming.
Emotional wreck. Because it's my turn to
brother,
talk. I'm
brother.
tired of you cutting me off. You're an emotional wreck.
I'm not. I'm not cutting you off. I'm correcting you. I'm saying
Correct me when it's your turn.
look. Okay. Look what I'm saying. Look what I'm saying. I'm saying that when I argue for abortions, I don't need Margaret Sanger. I don't need Darwin.
Yeah.
Wait. Last thing, and you got it. Last thing, because I want the people to know. When I argue for abortions, I don't need Margaret Sanger. I don't need Darwin. I can argue for myself based off the evidence. Go
Okay,
ahead.
fine. I don't care. We'll do that at another time. If you want to talk about abortion in America and not mention the woman who was the catalyst for making it
I don't mind
national,
her.
and you
I don't
don't
mind.
want to mention the woman who
No. I don't mind.
created the
I don't
biggest
mind.
abortion paradigm in the country, and you won't want to create, involve a woman who
I
was
just
the
said I don't
founder of the
mind.
American Birth Control League, which
Wait. But
legalized abortion.
why are you
If you want
lying?
to have
Like,
an abortion debate,
what
I don't know
thrill you
what you're
get off?
doing here.
What thrill you get
But
off?
but listen.
What thrill you get off lying? I'm saying I don't mind. I don't
You see
mind
this? This is what you do.
because
Emotion.
you're lying on me. I'm
Okay,
saying I don't.
fine, but why you have to
I'm saying I
deteriorate the
don't,
conversation? And to
bro.
my
How
nigga,
can you continue if I'm saying I don't mind?
this is
I'm saying
powerful.
I'm saying I don't mind if I gotta mention her, I don't mind. But go ahead, I don't mind. How that song go? I don't
What do you
mind.
want?
I don't mind.
Tell me whatever you want. I just want to get trying to drink real quick. Yeah. So you know, um, and I can't have you cut me off right now because I'm going inside the store. Um, so yeah. So the reality of the matter is, um, Margaret Sanger was a eugenicist. The founder of eugenics was Francis Galton. Francis Galton was Charles Darwin's first cousin. So when we have the Darwin debate, the Margaret Sanger debate is an extension of that. It's an extension of that. Charles Darwin and Darwinists went into countries all throughout the world and murdered off mass indigenous populations under the belief of Darwinism. Because if you go read Charles Darwin's book,
This dude is crazy.
if you go read Charles Darwin's book, The Descent of Man,
Crazy.
he advocated for that. Okay, so the entire, because his only book wasn't the, you know, um, with the natural selection and I forgot what exactly what it was called, but the one where he majoritarily spoke about animals and then mentioned man towards the end. He
Yeah,
has an entire book. He has an entire book that's called The Descent of Man. That's all about man and man evolution. And in that book, he says that in a near future, not measured by centuries, the civilized races of man will most certainly eradicated the savage races of man. In the near future, and the world will be better off for it. That's this book, The Descent of Man.
Can I respond to that?
Wait, let me finish, and then you can
Wait,
respond.
let him
They
finish.
took
You
this
never
book,
finished though. You
and
never finished.
they took this book because I'm cooking, nigga. They
No,
took
I'm
this
saying
book,
like when did you
and
finish?
hold on. They took this book and this belief system and took it around the world. They took it around the world. Charles Darwin's
Yes, they
son,
did.
hold on. Charles Darwin's son was the leader of the eugenics movement in the UK. So this whole notion that he wasn't down with eugenics eugenics is an offshoot of Darwinism.
Oh
That's
wait. Okay, so
hold on.
can I
I'm gonna
find out?
finish, and then I'm gonna let you
Hold
talk.
on, let him finish. He never
I'm
finished.
almost done. I'm
He's
almost
always
done.
let him finish. Okay,
I'm
go ahead.
almost done.
And then I'm not gonna remember all these points you're talking.
Eugenics, excuse me, sir.
All these points I'm not gonna remember.
Eugenics was an offshoot of Darwinism. So just like you lost the Darwin debate, you lost the Margaret Sanger eugenics debate. Negro, it's the same debate. It's just you got to do a little bit more further study and connecting. But go ahead.
Okay. So what I mean by I lost the Darwin debate, what I mean with that is that I don't have enough information. I haven't researched it enough. Okay. So somebody like Unc and those people outside the cube,
I destroy y'all. I
They
destroy
might
y'all.
no problem. Like I don't mind saying I debated a topic where I realized I didn't have enough information on. I have no, I don't have that ego. Nah, like because sometimes I do that. Sometimes I will debate something and I realize, hey, I don't have enough information to hold this position. No problem, because nobody on this channel know me as to be an evolutionist. So it's like there's no shame. Like you know what I mean? Like for me, there's no shame. Nobody here knows me as an evolutionist. But when it comes to Big Bang, that's a different story. All right. But or abortions, different story. I put more effort into reading that. The evolution thing, it does not appeal to me to like want to research it and know it. It just doesn't. You
Okay,
know.
but I already destroyed you on the Big Bang too.
Wait, I was
Like, stop acting like we didn't have these debates.
Focus. Hold on. See, you stepping in, right? And then you're saying things, right? You're saying you destroyed me on the Big Bang, which I'm highly offended. Well, okay, which I'm highly offended because I would ask you, what is a closed system?
Okay, before we get into what is a closed
Exactly. That's the Big Bang, though. To debate me on Big Bang, you got to know isolated system, open system, closed system. So what I'm pointing out to the audience is that there's no way any religious person could debate me on a Big Bang because I'm going to ask you about a closed system, open system. Wait. Just give me 30 seconds.
Wait.
Give me 30 seconds. If I to the chat, if I debate anybody religious on a Big Bang, I'm going to immediately ask them what a closed system is. This is my history. This is what Unc does. When Unc debates people, Unc does the same thing. We have the same conversation. Me, him, and Double X, ex-architect. We're going to immediately ask, that's why Unc beat up Pastor Bennett. We're going to immediately ask them, what is a closed system? What's an open system? What is the isolated system? You have to know, talk about this shit, because that is physics, that's chemistry. So you have to know this stuff. If you don't know what that is, you're not even qualified to talk to me. Okay, but real simple. I'll tell you, a closed system, it suggests that nothing comes into the earth. I'm sorry, not the earth, the atmosphere, space, our universe. Nothing comes into the universe and nothing leaves.
I know what a closed system is, bro.
I'm not saying you don't. I'm not saying you
Hey,
didn't
I
know.
was about to explain, but you do not want to let me.
No.
All
I'm
right,
just
look, we get off on the tangent.
a focus. What I was doing
at a different point because
hold on.
I got my beautiful wife in the car, and I want to spend time with her tonight, so I can't be on here till 11 o'clock at night.
Salam, cat. Yeah, no. I appreciate you, bro. Now, of course. Yeah, I mean, I didn't expect you to be on all night, but I appreciate you, bro. So I'm love. Yeah. So I appreciate you. Enjoy your night. Like,
I'm not hanging up yet.
Okay.
I'm simply saying we're getting off into a tangent.
Wait. Before you say that, let me just sum up what I was saying.
All right, go ahead.
Focus. All I'm saying is this: you never debate me on the Big Bang, because when I debate the Big Bang, I'm going to bring it to the systems, closed, isolated, and open. And I know for a fact we have never discussed that, because I don't discuss that with people. Like I look.
Okay, we debated the Big Bang New Year's Eve, 2021.
Then you lost. You lost then.
No, I smoked you in all your cohorts.
Okay, sure.
Now you tell me you never debated the exact date and time. Now you say I lost, but you just said I never debated it. All right, come on, stop.
Bro. Look. You just said you debated me, my cohorts. That means you didn't debate me then. That means people were around. You're talking to them too.
Well, I destroyed all y'all, like that. But we can have our debate. We can have our debate.
I dare any religious person. This goes out to anybody.
First of all, I don't even argue religion when I'm dealing with science.
Me either.
On purpose.
Me either. Focus. Me.
For people who believe in theology. I'm not up here having a religious debate.
This guy
only want to go science. I destroy you in the realm of science.
Yo, you're the one that brought it all. I'm saying the same thing you're saying. I don't not only want to debate Big Bang. I'm not interested in that. I'm not interested in abortions either. I'm saying, listen what I'm saying to you.
I'm very interested in abortion.
Okay, but listen what I'm saying to you though. I'm not interested in debating Big Bang. I'm not interested in debating evolution or abortions. I'm telling you that. So when y'all bring it up anyway, I feel like you guys are bullying me and you're forcing me to defend myself. But I'd rather not debate Big Bang, evolution, and abortion. I'd rather not.
Okay, I first of all, I only brought up Darwin because you said I couldn't beat you in no debate. That's just you invoking that. I only brought up Margaret Sanger
But that
because
was after you brought up abortion,
hold on,
though.
because you tried to make a distinction between the South and the North, and I was letting you know there was just as much racism in the North and how they dealt with black people as well. And the more important point that the entire American government was, is, and always has been racist against black people and have been enacting covert plans to wipe us out, destroy us, disenfranchise us, keep us marginalized, and keep us, from growing economically, mentally, socially, emotionally, militarily, theologically. They keep us from growing to our full potential. And this is a problem that exists nationwide, not the South versus the North. You tried to make that distinction. That's why I brought that up. Only rebutting. And then I went to show you policies and plans that affected all of us as black people. I went through the Housing Act. I went through abortion. I went through a myriad of other examples that were nationwide, infected black people nationwide, and to prove that there's no big distinction from the North and the South. I mentioned how the KKK exists up in the North, how New Jersey and Pennsylvania all have factions of the KKK, how the segregation exists within the North and in the South. This is the only reason I even brought up abortion. I'm not trying to pick on you. I'm not trying to, yeah, nigga, I beat you in abortion. Yeah, I beat you in Darwin. I'm only rebutting what you said and proving that it's a logical fallacy. It's not true. Okay? This is the point that I'm making. All right. So to get back to the original points, is we screwed all these tangents of went on all these tangents. The original point that we was making was, because my memory is great. Okay, the point that I was making was that that they changed the rules for us, like they did with Diddy, like they did with R. Kelly. They changed the rules for us once we, like they did with Marcellus Williams. Once we beat your game, once we understand how the game is played, and we still excel, they just simply changed the rules. Okay, that was the point that I was making, and it's correct and it's true. Okay, you went off into that was only in Missouri and that was only in the South, and no, it's not. Okay, the fact of the matter is we have an American justice system that has always dealt with us unfairly and dealt with us in a distinct manner than how they dealt with the dominant society. That's a fact. Okay, and that's the only point I was making. That's why I brought up abortion. That's why I brought up the rest of the proof and the evidence that they deal with us one way. Okay, nationwide. That many of the programs, policies, and laws that were put into place were put into place to thwart our growth nationwide. Okay, it's not a mistake that we have the highest incarceration rate, murder rate, divorce rate, abortion rate, crime rate. That shit is by absolute design, based upon programs and policies that were implemented nationwide. Redlining was nationwide. Housing Act of 1930, nationwide. The prison industrial complex, nationwide. The criminalization of urban black men, nationwide. They were nationwide. Okay, militarization of the police in your community, nationwide. These are nationwide effects. Programs, laws, rules, and policies that were put into place to destabilize and destroy the black community. That's a fact. Crack epidemic was nationwide. the crime bill of '94, nationwide. These things will happen nationwide. You feel me? So that's the point that I was making, is that we get to a certain point, and when we get to this point, hello, can you hear me?
Yeah, go. I'm on mute.
Yeah, when we get to a certain point, they change the rules on our ass. like they did with Brother Marcellus.